From the towering peaks of the Woolajezi Mountain in Lofa County to the golden plains of Bomi River Basin, through the verdant greens of the Sapo National Park, a place where monkeys whisper secrets and pygmy hippos tread unseen, from the valleys to the roaring coasts of Monrovia, Buchanan, Harper, and Robertsport. These are the voices that travel unfiltered, uncaged, and unstoppable. Welcome to the Liberian Voices Unfiltered, the platform where we speak the languages of the land, celebrate the cultures of our people, beat the drums of our tribes, and dance to the rhythms of our identity. This platform is more than just a broadcast. It's a movement, a megaphone for the people. No scripts, no sugarcoating, no stage management, just the truth, pure, bold, and proudly Liberian. Tune in, turn up the volume, and join your host, George Senator Sibo, the Pan-Africanist, shaking the mic, breaking the silence, and speaking for the nation and its people. The Liberian Voices Unfiltered. All hail, Liberia hail. It is raw, it is real, it is authentic. From the bushes to the beaches, this is our voices, our truth, and our story. It must be heard.
Tune into the heartbeat of Mama Liberia, where truth meets the people and every voice is heard. This is Liberian Voices Unfiltered. Oh, we're speaking truth tonight. Liberia, let your voices rise. Oh. From the streets of Monrovia to the hills of Nimba, we're bringing light where the truth's been hindered. Politics and power, let's break it down.
Oh, we're speaking truth tonight. Let your voices rise.
From the streets of Monrovia to the hills of Nimba, we're bringing light where the truth's been hindered. Politics and power, let's break it down. Talk the real, no mask, no crown. Economy shaking, but we still stand tall. Business and trade, we can uplift all. From the youth to the elders, we all gotta say, unfiltered voices paving the way. Liberian Voices Unfiltered.
Yeah, we tell it how it is.
Liberian Voices Unfiltered.
The people's mic, the nation.
Liberian Voices Unfiltered. From Lofa to Cape Mount, we talk the truth that really counts. Oh! Liberian Voices Unfiltered.
Your story, your power, your sound.
Voices Unfiltered.
Hey,
Liberian Voices Unfiltered.
hey. Your story, your power, your sound.
Healthcare, education, we go discuss. From clinics to classrooms, who can we trust? Social justice, human rights, we shine in truth like city lights. Public policy, rule of law, building Liberia strong and raw. Trade and commerce, business flow, empower the people, help us grow.
So what we talking about?
Who we talking for?
The people's chatter.
Unfiltered minds, unfiltered dreams, telling our stories by any means. Culture and faith, we rise above, united in truth, united in love.
Our voices echo across the sea. Liberia strong, bold and free.
Liberian Voices Unfiltered. Liberian Voices Unfiltered. The people's might, the nation's mirror. Unfiltered. Baseball to Kakata, Hapa to Bonga. We talk it real, we talk it stronger. Liberian Voices Unfiltered.
Story, your power, your
Liberian
sound.
Voices Unfiltered. Liberian Voices Unfiltered.
Your story, your power, your sound.
Politics, peace talks, power and pain. Who gains, who loses, we call the names. Youth rising, leaders in motion. We stirring truth like a wave in the ocean. From diaspora dreams to the homeland cries.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How were you listening? How far you are? This is your program, the Liberian Voices Unfiltered, with your boy George Senator Sibo. We have come today to provide you with another interesting information on the topic. Our topic is still centered around the crisis at the border, Liberia border crisis. And for today's show, we're going to be joined by two of our colleagues, two of a retired AFL officer, Armed Forces of Liberia officer. If you have followed my page, you have seen the flyer out there. So we'll be joined by Captain Vani Adolfo Salif. Captain Salif will pay host to our show. He'll be one of our panelists to discuss the issue today. Then we will also be joined by Captain Bala Piwi, also retired captain. Those are contemporary people that serve our military when we were all there. So, I mean, today's show is going to be much interesting. They're going to be giving you their opinion, their views on the armed forces of Liberia. We'll be delving into so many other things, looking at what are some of those things that the government has been doing to prepare our military. Is our military actually prepared? We're seeing on social media what is going on. Guinea is not playing. The Republic of Guinea, they are not playing. The president hand delivered a flag to his officers that should go and plant it on the disputed territory. And we know some historians say concerning that land. Other people say it for Liberia, other people say it's for Guinea. But to delve into that, like I said, we're going to be having our two panelists here. We're mainly going to focus on our Liberian side. You know, from time immemorial, from Rock of Ages, since I started the show, from people that have followed it, go to my past videos, you see, my advocacy have been for the armed forces of Liberia, have been for the men and women in arms in Liberia to defend our nation. When you look around today, you see there are proliferation of, you find a lot of nation rising against nation. Yes, it is for those that are religious scholars or so that have followed some biblical stuff or some religious information. We know we are closer to the end time. Nation will rise against nation. Nation will pick force at another nation with the hope of annexing them and making them part and being a subject to them. So it is a big deal. Let us not see this as a small thing. Let us look at this thing as a big thing. So today we're going to be having two important people on our show today. Captain Vani Adolfo Salif, like I said, he was one of the two Liberian trained pilots. Captain Salif was trained in Nigeria, also came to the US, have gotten his lessons to also fly commercial plane. He's working on private plane, he's working on his commercial lessons. So he's going to be joining us to give us a perspective. Because when we look at, I got a lot of information to share with you guys. I got a lot of things that I'm going to be displaying for all to see. We're going to be looking at Guinea military capabilities. We'll be looking at, I'll be showing you the physical equipment, the physical military hardware that Guinea has in their possession. And we'll talk a little more about Liberia because we know what we got, we know what is there. So I'm going to be hosting those guys, and they're going to be giving their opinion. They're going to be giving their fair and square opinion in about their time in the armed forces, if there have been any modern changes, if there have been any modification to the armed forces of Liberia. We all know, look at what's happening now in the Middle East. Somebody just say from somewhere and shoot rocket and bumping other people's places. These days are evil. It is time. Any country, I will say this again, and I want this recording to bear me witness that I have said this since time immemorial. Since I started this show, I've been saying it. Gone are those days where now you see other countries, people protesting, they say the economy is high, but the countries are building their military capabilities. Because you don't want to sit down, other people come and annex you and put you into slavery and make you their subject, tell you what to do. When you look at historical antecedents, historical things that have happened in terms of military strategy and military might that have taken place around the world, other empires, other nations, When they capture that nation, when they take over that nation, they take their wives, they take their children, they take all of their belonging. People might say, but we're not in ancient days. What are you talking about? But I'm telling you, it's real. It is real. Now they'll not be coming for your wife, but they'll be coming for your resources. They'll be coming for your gold, your diamond. They'll be coming for your timber. They'll be coming for everything. You'll be subject to them. Somebody will say, but Guinea is not that sophisticated. What are you talking about? But today we will compare, we will contrast. We will be showing you what Guinea has in their arsenal. And we'll be talking about what Liberia has in your arsenal. We are not having a discussion because we want two nations to go to war. No. We are having a discussion so that policymakers can be able to see what other countries are doing in terms of preparing their armed forces for war. In terms of preparing their armed forces, not just for war, because you have to prepare your armed forces in peacetime, so that when there is crisis during wartime, those trainings will come to bear. If you don't do them during peacetime, you're not going to have the opportunity to do them during the wartime. So it's going to be, it is a tricky thing. It is a sensible issue that we all need to be talking about. We need to talk to our legislators. We need to talk to our president, government officials. It is time. It is about time that we pay more attention to our defense. The greatest freedom and joy that we are enjoying in Liberia today, that people are passing around riding big car, building big houses, is because of peace. And only one thing can keep that peace is your defense. If you don't have defense capability, if you don't have things that is going to keep up your defense to make other countries be afraid of you. Look at Guinea. Guinea doing show of force. It's called show of force. For those of you that are not too familiar with military terminologies, those are called show of force. You see, when other countries like China, Japan, Korea, people say, but the country too big, we're not compare with. They're trying to say something to that. When you see them, like on their Independence Day or on the Armed Forces Day, you see they bring out those big military equipment. They bring them and parade with them. It's called show of force. The world need to see that you have it, so they cannot assume, so they cannot think of attacking you. That is exactly what Guinea is using this situation today. Guinea is showing force, telling us that they have the military might. They have the military capabilities to do what they want to do. So that's why you see Guinea parading with all of their military equipment. Guinea are showing it. The president is physically seen giving a flag, handing the flag over to his officers, that he should go and plant the flag. Why you think Guinea will have that audacity? Why you think Guinea will have the impetus, the nerves, the balls to look at a 170-something years old Liberia to come and encroach on the land? Okay, let's even assume that piece of river is for Guinea. Is that the best way to do it? Is that how they're supposed to go about that situation? So today we're going to be discussing it on the show. Hopefully, very soon I will be joined by my panelists. So they will come on and we will talk about that. And before during that topic, I know everybody's interested in hearing it, everybody interested in seeing. We will talk a little bit about trending issues in Liberia. One of the big one is our modern, people say modern, but I can refer to him as Asian economist, Sam Jackson, his wife demise, her untimely demise, the circumstances surrounding that. We will talk a little bit about that because we're seeing pictures circulating on social media, people giving their opinion, even though the issue is under investigation, but we will give our own independent thought. It is not a final thought. It is not what the law says, but we will look at from the public perspective, from the criminal science or criminal background investigation. We will give you those kind of information that we do know. And when it comes to homicide or when it comes to other kind of torture or things that are happening. So we'll be giving you guys our opinion on that. Those are the two topics we'll talk about. We'll talk about Samuel Jackson first, and then we will talk about the armed forces. I know a lot of people interested in the armed forces, but we have to talk about trending issues. We have to talk about issues that are of public concern in Liberia. So we're going to do that. So hopefully very soon I will be joined by my panelists. They already have the link. I'll send the link to their WhatsApp group, the WhatsApp group chat. So very soon we'll be having them to join us on this. So in the meantime, please share the live, invite your friends, invite your family, share it with other military people, other people that you think that is important for them to know, share with other government officials that are supposed to have this kind of information. You can't blame people. Everybody will not have the information that we have because they were not military people. Other people will not have most of the thought or most of the understanding that we have when it comes to security things. But we're going to talk about that. And some of this information can be used as a guideline, can be used as a yardstick to better our armed forces, to do something better. We're not doing it. People say, oh, if the armed forces is fully equipped, if they are well equipped, they will take over government, they will overthrow government. But that is not true. The United States of America has one of the greatest forces in the world, one of the best military on earth. Have they talked about taking over government? No. Not equipping your military is for your defense. What makes military to think about coup and other things? We will talk about that in the show. We'll talk about it in the show because it is a perception that people have. So let's assume that, okay, it is American that told y'all. They say, oh, when you equip the military, they will take over government. But the American military is one of the most equipped militaries in the world. They are one of the most equipped ones. They are one of the most equipped military in the world. So why you think other countries are equipping their military? Other countries get up to 15, 20, 25% of their budget to defense. You should know how defense is important. You sleep at night in peace because of defense. You go about your normal business because you have defense and security. So it is very, very, very important. So I'm going to play the theme song and then I'm going to just follow through, share the live, and give your comment. We're going to be reading some of your comments here. We're going to be talking about it, reading some of your comments. Your comment is going to be very, very important to us in the discussion. As we are displaying facts, we are displaying figures, we are displaying pictures for people to see what other countries are doing. Our neighbor right behind us, we call Guinea like your son, like we gave birth to Guinea. You will see Guinea military capabilities we're talking about. You'll see their might. You'll see what they have. And I will show you what Liberia have or Liberia don't have. We will talk about that. We're not saying this, like I said, as a disclaimer. We are not looking down or we're saying it because we want to compromise national security. No, we don't. We are doing this because we want policymaker. We want decision maker to think outside of the box. All those 5,000, 15,000, 18,000, you are paying those lawmakers, you are paying those other people. Those things can be used to help and better our defense system. Our country needs a better defense. Look at our troops, how many we are. How many men do we have? Active duty. We don't even have reserve, we have nothing. But we'll be discussing that. So after the theme song that I'm about to play, I'm just play the theme song so that I can get those guys to join me so we can continue the show. Please don't go away. Share the live. Give your comment as we are ongoing with the discussion. Give your comment. Give your analysis on it. We will be discussing it. We'll be displaying your comment on the stream. For those of you that wanted to be displayed, we're going to do that. So stay tuned with us as I try to get my panelists to join this live. Thank you.
Say Liberian voices. Yeah. You're tuned into the heartbeat of Mama Liberia, where truth meets the people and every voice is heard. This is Liberian Voices Unfiltered. We're speaking truth tonight.
Liberia.
Let your voices rise.
From the streets of Monrovia to the hills of Nimba, we're bringing light where the truth's been hindered. Politics and power, let's break it down. We talk the real, no mask, no crown. Economy shaking, but we still stand tall. Business and trade, we can uplift all. From the youth to the elders, we all gotta say, unfiltered voices paving the way. Liberian voices unfiltered. Yeah, we tell it how it is, no filter. Liberian voices unfiltered. The people's mic, the nation's mirror. From Buchanan to Bong, from Lofa to Cape Mount, we talk the truth that really counts. Liberian voices unfiltered. Your story, your power, your sound. Healthcare, education, we.
Yeah. You're tuned into the heart. Yeah, you tune into the heartbeat of Mama Liberia, where truth meets the people, and every voice is heard. This is Liberian Voices, Unfiltered. Oh, we're speaking truth tonight. Liberia, let your voices rise. Oh. From the streets of Monrovia to the hills of Nimba, we're bringing light where the truth's been hindered. Politics and power, let's break it down.
Oh, we're speaking truth tonight. Let your voices rise.
From the streets of Monrovia to the hills of Nimba, we're bringing light where the truth's been hindered. Politics and power, let's break it down. We talk the real, no mask, no crown. Economy shaking, but we still stand tall. Business and trade, we can uplift all. From the youth to the elders, we all gotta say, unfiltered voices paving the way. Liberian Voices Unfiltered.
Yeah, we tell it how it is.
Liberian Voices Unfiltered.
The people's mic, the nation mirror.
Mopukala to Bong, from Lofa to Cape Mount, we talk the truth that really counts. Oh! Liberian Voices Unfiltered.
Your story, your power, your sound.
Voices Unfiltered. Liberian Voices Unfiltered.
Your story, your power.
Okay. Welcome back. In a few couple of minutes, the panelists will be joining us to discuss this all-important topic concerning our armed forces. So, like I said, while we wait for the panelists, we'll be discussing. We will be showing some of the comments. We'll be discussing some of the comments here. And everybody is really concerned. I will tell you for real, what are you in Liberia? What are you out of Liberia? Once you're in Liberia, when you hear anything about your motherland being threatened, when you hear anything about the country, being put at risk, it rings a bell. It's a sense of frightening signals to everyone. And I don't really think that Liberia at this age and stage in modern democracy or in modern governance, we should be far beyond this. Liberia should be way ahead. But why are we stuck? Nothing is actually working. Our defense, the greatest thing that we can ever boast of is defense. There's defense. Today, look at Iran. If Iran had not focused on their defense, they would be a trash today. If Iran had not focused on building their military capabilities, Iran would be zero to the ground. See how many missiles, see how many bombardments taking place there. But Iran is standing their ground. They are reciprocating a fire. They are hitting other military targets around the world. It's because they got prepared. Preparation is everything. If we are not prepared militarily, if we are not prepared defense-wise, our nation is going nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Look at the crisis to the border there. Guinea is ramping up forces. We know that, we can assume, but we know that Guinea will not come and fight. But Guinea is trying to show something called force. They are doing show of force within the region. So that anybody that knows the ambition or dream of thinking that Guinea is weak, Guinea trying to tell you that no, we're not weak. Guinea is telling us that they are not weak at all, that they are a strong nation, they can defend themselves. Can you imagine somebody say, oh yeah, President Bouaka is going to Guinea in the name of peace? We understand, we appreciate that. But I will tell you, Liberia is going to Guinea because when push comes to shove, we can't withstand them. That is the fact. I know some of my colleagues might come up here and give some contrary views on the issue. They might get contrary opinion as to why, because they were there with me. We were all in the service. We know what we had. We know what we could use. But the time we were there up to now, And I will tell you one thing, right? I will say this in the discussion. Doing every big military parades, every big military program, such as like the Armed Forces Day of your country, like Independence Day, when you see the military gathering, when the military do something that show of force, some of you that are watching, when last have you seen AFL, the Armed Forces of Liberia, from the gone Armed Forces Day, last Armed Forces Day, the upper one, when you see in a display any new military hardware or equipment that we have? When have you seen a display any new weapon that we bought? During Ellen Johnson time, during President Ellen Johnson time, when the military have parade, you see they'll bring no boats. The Coast Guard and they give all those small patrol boats. They'll bring it, you see, they'll do 1 or 2 armored vehicle, they show it. China, oh yeah, the armed forces procuring or acquiring new equipment. But it been 3 Armed Forces Day. That is 3 years in a row. The Armed Forces of Liberia have displayed nothing new because they don't have anything new. But the budget have gone to $1.2 billion. How much is allocated in our budget for defense? And I will display it. You guys will see it. How much of that money is being allocated for the defense of our country? All those lawmakers, all those ministers, the government official, the president, the vice president, they are enjoying the comfort. They're riding those BB cars. They are passing around, having fun, having all those breakfasts, those dinner, having all those meetings because of safety and security. They feel safe. They feel secure. That's why they are having fun. That's why they are enjoying. But I will tell you, all those things can go away in a second if we don't pay attention to our defense, if we don't pay attention to our security forces. And it is not just the AFL. It is not just the AFL. You will see, I will show you how like Guinea got not just the army. Guinea got several line of defense. The guys when they call it Junta Maria, this one here on the Junta Maria, they get a French name for it. They are equipped. They are equipped. They got the manpower. They got the equipment. They got everything they need to defend their country. What will give you the God if you don't have it? Guinea have gone to Sierra Leone. They have gone to Sierra Leone. They tested Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone Strimo. They tested Liberia. Now, country that become an aggressor. The aggressor came out, and now the people that have been aggressed upon, they are the ones going to Guinea to talk to Guinea. You know what that means? It means Guinea has shown supremacy. Guinea has shown that they have military might that they can take over the entire Mano River Union. That is what they are displaying. Yeah, my panelists are taking a little longer. They need to come on. We need to have the discussion very quick so that other people can get this information that we need to provide. Can you imagine? Guinea is 67 years old. Liberia is 178 years old. Guinea, look at the age gap. Look at the level of independence gap. When Liberia 100 years old, so that Guinea were not even talking about being a country yet. They were still under colonial rule when Liberia were helping to give them independence. But today, Guinea is stronger. Guinea is mightier. Guinea is bigger. Whether we like it or not, that is the fact. That is the reality. Because we were in the service, we know what the service has to offer. And it will shock you today in our discussion. We'll tell you some things. You will hear some things you will give up. Our defense system is weak. It's weak. We are not investing in military hardware. We are not investing in military technology. We are not investing in air defense system. We got zero. A whole 178 years old nation has zero helicopter. Zero. Zero helicopter. Whether for government or for the military, zero. That means air supremacy, we are nowhere. Our air is vulnerable to anything. Zero. What a shame. What a disgrace. But you got people making $8,000, $15,000 a month. They're not even thinking about defense. Then when the military act, when the military take over, Then they say, oh, military, the guys, they don't, they all want to be in government. When the military see our country now is at a volatile stage, it's vulnerable. Our country now is weak. Everybody has seen a weakness. Politicians will not talk about it. They talk about it only mutedly. Only mutedly. Very, very mutedly. All right. We got one of our panelists on now. Captain Vani Adolfo Salib, retired. How are you, my brother?
Hello, sir. How are you?
Oh yes, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for coming on. I've been keeping the population waiting. People have been other people giving their comment and other stuff, but we want to delve, as you know about the topic, we want to delve into it. We're just waiting on the next panelist, our brother Captain Pee-wee, so that he will come on and then we can talk about it. But how you doing so far, man? Tell how things going on with you, brother.
Yeah, brother, I'm fine, man. Thank you. Thank you for having me. And yeah, I must commend you. You've been trying to have me on this show for a little while now. And
Yes, yes.
Vera engagements and everything else, around. So I've been kind of like giving you excuses and all that. But when it reached to this issue at hand, I'm like, I think this is something that I have to just ready chip in. If not anything else, because it has to do with some kind of military involvement, as you know,
Of
where we
course, of
from,
course.
our root. So I had no option to ready, as you can see, or just matter of fact, I must apologize for the little delay. I just had to pack off the road, just from work and just to make my little contribution. So yeah, I'm fine. Thank you, and once again, thank you for having me. Right, do appreciate.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for at least making the time. I know you are a busy man, making the time available to come and share light on this important topic. We understand that is our major topic that we have today, but we're also going to be talking about some little trending issue in Liberia. I mean, you can just weigh in on it. I mean, like the situation with what the police is investigating, like the homicide situation. They say it's homicide, based on what they are doing. They have not concluded yet, and then based on social media posts, they were talking about something. Things the husband to the deceased were being held. First, he was first on the caption of person of interest, and we understood that later on it grew up from person of interest to a suspect. Even though it's not conclusive yet, the investigation is still going on. But we were just waiting on it because it's our country. When it comes to women, and I know you have been a very strong advocate of women. You have been a very strong advocate of women. You advocate for women so much. I saw in some of your Facebook posts, you advocated for guys that have been exploiting women, guys that have been creating harm, mayhem for women around, especially in Liberia, using social media, blackmailing them. And you were able to come in. I saw you follow one of the the current case logically, and then they were able to apprehend that guy and put in jail. I don't know how far the story have gone, but I do know you have been a very great advocate for women, in Liberia. So definitely we would need you to weigh in on this other situation surrounding one of she's not a Liberian, but involving a Liberian and his South African wife. So we'll also be talking about that, little bit. So we just want you to, prepare yourself for that topic, and we'll just delve into it a little bit. Then we'll move on to the major topic that is the armed forces of Liberia. So I'm still waiting on Captain Pee-wee. He said he was setting up his computer. I know hopefully soon he will be on us, and then we can just get into that. I know you in Philadelphia, man. I'm in Pennsylvania. How is that side, brother?
Yeah, brother. The weather is kind of as you love it. We having fall right now, so and I don't like this weather. Yeah, but it is what it
No,
is,
right?
man.
It's getting cool, right? I know, but man, in North Carolina here where I am, the weather is better. Of like 2 days now, we've been having some real good weather, and yeah, today we've been having a heavy downpour of rain. And spring is right around the corner. So very
Yeah.
soon we'll start. Maybe by the 25th, we got a few more days, and then spring will definitely kick in. Yeah. So let me
Yeah.
speak to this guy real quick. Hello. So he be coming on. He be coming on very soon. He's trying to log on now. Trying to log in. Yeah. So like I was saying, we've been having a heavy downpour of rain. From yesterday. Today we have a very heavy downpour of rain, but the weather have been very, very, very good. I go outside with a t-shirt on. I know Pennsylvania weather would not permit the kind of thing, especially at
Man,
this time.
as you can see, man, as you can see, I'm wearing double, man. I'm wearing double. So
I
yeah, and I
know.
don't like it. I rather do miss Miami, and or if not for any reason, I will choose Miami any day, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Miami is your base now. I know you can still go back there any point in time.
Oh
Anytime
yeah.
you can still fly back to your base. Okay, and we have Captain Balaji Pui joining us retired. So we have two retired AFL captains joining us on the show today. The Liberian Voices Unfiltered. I want to say welcome, Captain Pui. Captain Pui. Welcome to the platform.
And thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, Sibo.
Yeah. So how is it? How is your? I heard that you just moved to Nebraska. Is it Nebraska?
You're right.
How is the weather?
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of cool. Yeah, we had a tough weather yesterday, and it's kind of stable today. And I was really, really rushing to make this show. And thank you for this kind of initiative. Just try to keep the people enlightened, keep the people informed. Like I told you, on issues that really matter, we'll come here to speak to it. Yeah. So I just want to appreciate you for the work you keep doing, and just keep on doing it. It's just consistency. You got to be consistent. That is the key. You got to be consistent to get a result that you want. So to our listening audience, just want to appreciate you for always tuning in to follow
Yep.
this show. Yeah.
Okay. So I think we have kept the audience list waiting for a while. So let you all know we're going to be talking about just two things today. One is on the issue of our major topic is on the border situation, but we just want
Major
to
topic.
come
Right.
in with a little bit of trending issue in Liberia. We understand that we should have talked about it a little while ago, but we are all busy. Busy schedule is crazy. So we've been seeing on social media. We saw that Mr. Samuel Jackson, one of Liberian finance economists, as people claim, he reported that his wife was sick, and then at the end of the day, he's talking about ambulance. He could not get ambulance, and then other things happened. And then few hours after, we saw that he posted that his wife died. His wife died. So based on that, people were sympathizing, but then all of a sudden, other development began to come up. And we start seeing some pictures from picture that seems to be an abusive picture that seems to be like there was kind of foul play. We're not saying that, but based on those kind of pictures, for some of us have dealt with people, we know that those kind of things like bruises and the laceration on the head, those are issues that are very, very that requires investigation. And we also saw that when the police came out to deal with some of the investigation, he was not receptive to the police situation. So what's Captain Pugh, what's your take on that situation?
Yeah, my first thing, first and foremost, my take on that issue is just to say how frustrated and disappointed I am in people like Samuel Jackson, whether he committed the act or not, just his arrogance towards law enforcement officer. And he claimed that he's so educated. He has traveled the world. He has served governments upon governments. but just the basic of kind of just being law body to allow law enforcement to do their job become a problem. Even if you said that you left your wife, as he claimed, you left your wife in the house and you went out and sent call out, your wife did not answer, and you sent people to find out what was going on, and the people could not have access to your room. You came back and opened your door and you saw your wife in that situation. You did not leave your wife in that condition, but you came met her in a pool of blood as you claim. Don't you think it warrants you to call the government to help you to find out what happened?
Yeah.
But then when the government coming to help you to ascertain the fact, and you become so arrogant and begin to threaten people and curse law enforcement officers out, and even remind a law enforcement officer that you are a murderer, that you
Yes.
killed his father, and you just lucky you dealt with a very friendly law enforcement officer.
Of course.
Because that dude could have advanced a weapon and the story could have been interpreted different way. It would not be even be seen as a murder. It would be maybe a manslaughter because he was mad and you told him if this is a guy who has woke up without his father in his life, and you told him openly that you killed his father.
Yeah.
And our law enforcement is standing with an M4 rifle in his chest and let you go and use it. So, I mean, this is my frustration with Liberian people, all of us, right? When we are in Liberia, what I call in the diaspora here, we abide by every basic law that are here. Even the least traffic violation of the stop sign. When you even cross the stop sign unknown to you here,
You worry.
as if somebody took you with Nilo, you come to yourself right away. Or even you cross the red light, unexpectedly, maybe the red light was yellow, and you try to take advantage, and it turn red on you, you still get that conscience that, man, I did something wrong.
I'll be looking at the mirror to see who followed
Yes,
you.
you'll be thinking that I did something wrong.
Yeah.
But the fact about us, once we leave our these foreign what you call it areas, or even go back home and say, okay, let me go back to my country. From the airport, our arrogance starts right at the airport. You don't want for the immigration officer to ask you question. You don't want for this person to tell you this. You don't want for that person to tell you this. You become so rude and arrogant on the law enforcement officer, as if you can do it in other countries.
You can.
So the sooner we start to learn to respect our law enforcement officer, the better for all of us over there.
Okay, I mean,
So I will hold on to what the left Vardin speak, Salif speak. I mean, just a lot to say about his behavior.
I know, and I tend to agree with that to a larger extent. I tend to agree with that. But Captain Salif, I think you heard him saying that I heard him complaining about ambulance situation, that there was no ambulance, and even according to the information, people are saying that he had because he displayed on his page that I think he's starting a car or kind of transportation business. So car should not have been the issue, and but now weigh in on Captain Salif. What's your take on that whole situation? I know you might not want to say a lot about it, but just give your keen opinion on what you think about it.
Thank you very much once again, Senator Siebel, for having me. I hope you're not getting a feedback from my side. Are you getting any feedback?
You're good.
I'm at Lehman Charlie.
Yeah, you're very Lehman Charlie.
All right. So, as Captain P. rightly said, though this is not why we're here, but of course, this is so concerning that I have to chip in, like you said, and I won't hesitate. And you're talking about the aspect of him talking about vehicle and everything. And we're interested to know that just how you started was how, from my perspective, we Liberians, we always look at things from this sentimental background, sentiments and emotions and everything. But I went deeper. I don't really follow the individual Samuel Jackson like that, but once it happened, I went deeper on his page, like 6 days back, to track from an intelligence standpoint, and I did see that he posted there was a whole lot of irregularities from day 4. If you go back 4 days from now, you will notice that right after he did conduct respect or homage to his mother's passing, which was Decoration Day 5 days ago. Like I said, I went far back, and you will find out that 4 days ago he started to post about he's going to appear for, I think, a talk show the next day or so. And there where you're going to see that a whole lot of guilt in everything he was posting, as far as trying to talk about some economic principles. And me, from being an economist, I did see that there was nothing really, worth that he was presenting. And you can tell that there are a whole lot of guilt that he was trying to just put out there and try to hide. And the series of posts came in a way that, like, almost 4 or 5 posts just about economic principles. Mama Liberia, he talking about some kind of water and everything. And the next thing, he jumped to his wife falling off. So when you look at all the things from an investigation standpoint, you will understand that Mr. Jackson has something to say. Still innocent until proven guilty, but it raises attention. Then going forward, everything Pee Wee already said, just to be fast on that, you have a wife, beautiful woman who you've lived with and spend the rest of your life. You hoping to spend the rest of your life with her, and such tragedy occurs. I think it will be in your right interest to embrace whatever, investigation from the government, from security forces and everything. And no matter what. And you see some Liberians talking about he's grieving and why is it now? Look, man, like you said, if it was in America, that day, security forces will come, the police will come, and Mr. Jackson will submit. It doesn't matter whether your wife just died 1 second ago. So Liberians, it's hard time. Exactly. It's hard time that we graduate from all this sentimental, reasoning. It's not taking us anywhere. Going forward, so angry and being so rude, his arrogance led to a confession, and I think it was not by coincidence. This was, if you're a spiritual person, you will believe that everything that he said right after is some kind of from divinity standpoint. It was like God's way of just expressing, exposing this evil. And we just have to understand that this is not helping us. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not cutting you off. This dude was speaking, and this guy came because he was speaking so wild, right? Yeah. And that is his nature. That is his character. That is who exactly he is. I don't know him in person. I've never seen him in person, but just the way I see his post and the way he talk out there, you would definitely know that he had respect for not even the woman he had.
Yeah, exactly.
Because in one of the video, this man, as educated as he is, as traveled and he is, as experienced as he is, and he was standing there for him to even say, "Oh, these people asked the doctor to see my wife's corpse." That could be another way of saying it. But he has abused this lady to the point that he don't even have respect to how he also was towards even the woman upon being dead. They asked to see my wife's private part, like a child. That even me, who sits here.
Yeah.
God forbid, I can't say such a thing.
I know.
Exactly.
See my web private part. Look at my web in
quickly.
He kept saying it until this guy came, Molba Moluki, and tap you on the shoulder and say, "Oh, he's traumatized." He said, "No, leave me. I'm not traumatized." So you knew exactly what you were doing.
He's an arrogant man. He's an arrogant man.
See, but let me come in with this quick analysis.
We must get.
Hold on.
we must, yeah, the last thing I wanted to say just before you came in, which we must commend this officer, this police officer, Salif. And
Salif,
and
yes.
the reason is people like George rightly said, a man having arm might have provoked and done something crazy. But you and I know why this guy exercised restraint, because the training, the discipline have us that no matter what. So you and I know how that guy was feeling, right? But no matter what, some kind of indoctrination made him, no matter what, to exercise restraint. And we must really commend him for that, because it's only the level of training and professionalism that can make an individual to really take all these things.
And just before you come in, Pee-wee, I did a little digging into that the post event. That is after having the post event. Somebody was saying that the guy that they talk about the kill that guy that he said that because he was claiming that we kill your pa. They're saying it in a mysterious way, in a nonchalant fashion that we kill your pa. And and then a lady came out. I think her name was Queen V or something. I think it should be her father too. That she came out with the post, and then they said that guy, may his soul rest in peace. He was Mr. Salif was taken from the house and he never returned. And up to today, no one knows where his cup is or where he was buried or what happened to him. So by he said that we killed this man and we kill your pa, I think that's an open confession. I know something about that.
And this guy, Sam Jackson, has lived, right, his entire life committing acts against people without no punitive action. And it is clearly displayed in the way he behaves. Let me tell you, this is part of every human nature. If you do things without consequence, you feel confident doing that thing over and over again.
Yes.
And you can boldly defend it. You can stand and boldly defend it. And that's why for people to give bribe to policemen in Liberia, they don't look at anything wrong with it.
No.
Because no consequence for it. In America here, if you take money and try to bribe somebody with it and you are caught, the consequences are heavy.
Very heavy.
So nobody want to do it. So that is the case of him, that he commit acts, whether it's murder, whether it's using kind of profane words against people, right? There's no consequences. He has lived his life like that. Get your child at home. If this guy, right, let me bring this scenario quick. He has been abusing that girl. That's a fact, because he's clearly stated it. And my analysis on that is that if you have your child in the house and that child is always being beaten, that child will fear nothing, even if he has taken something and you try to beat him, he's used to it. If that child is not used to beating, or he first time stealing, and you catch in that fear get into that person. Samuel Johnson, whoever Jackson, has been beating that girl before, and even when this incident happened, he still felt that he did nothing wrong.
No,
he did not.
He still felt that what has happened was just business as usual, that this don't also require any investigation. In fact, you are not answerable to anybody, because things has been happening that he has not been responding to anybody. He has not been answerable to anybody. So this particular situation too, what the hell police can't do to my house? Leave my house. We're talking about somebody daughter being dead, a lawyer, educated to the core. And you standing talking, I'm gonna cry.
I will let him my privacy. And you see, and one thing, who told you he does not know? He knows, because he's an educated man. And there's a guy that have worked and that have been wallowing in the power that be.
They say from trouble day to do to Chancellor to Ellie to George. We are the say George. We are giving consultants a job. The other person that refused to get a job, like Joseph Boakai.
Yeah, Joseph Baga refused to get injured. So the guy is
And he
frustrated.
said it now when I talk about medical issue, the country
Yeah.
like that. He just kept crying, whoa. Like
Yeah.
somebody was the one who did something.
That one, hey, yo, man, you come to the main hall that well, Jada. The people coming to investigate, they're coming to help you to find a closure to what happened. I thought you should be embracing them. And you know what I mean? I thought you should be embracing them other than despairing them, pushing them away, and creating a kind of create unnecessary scene. It's really sad. But gentlemen, I mean, I think we got a bigger topic to go in. I don't know if you guys
we
want to
gotta
give
move forward.
statement.
Let's move forward.
Yes. So if you want to give
I
conclusion,
just wanted to say my last on this issue quickly.
Yes, and then Sally will wrap up before we move to the next
Yeah,
one.
I wanted to give a quick analysis on even the impact on the picture that we saw on the social media there. I don't know at what height that girl fell from, the kind of height she fell from, but I can tell you the impact of the wound. I'm not a forensic scientist, I'm not a pathologist, but the height at which an object or a person fall from, the impact of that wound can clearly be determined by the force exerted on our body, right? Coupled with the surface that particular body or that object is going to strike.
Yeah, and the girl slim. That's a slim girl with an fat
Yeah. So if the girl fell from the bed, how far is the bed to the ground?
Yeah, it's not even far. That's a regular
What
bed.
force was applied? What external force was applied on the girl? Was it a push, or it was a pull, or it was a free fall?
Okay, good. I like that analysis. I like it.
If you say it was a free fall, she fell by herself, what surface did she hit? Is it a hard surface? Do you have rug in front of your bed?
I know. Did she fall and hit her head on the bed? I mean,
so they will look at the cut, and the cut who can determine from the cut what kind of object was used to make the cut.
But the man you want to go in the house. So how they put in the time?
How deep the cut is, we can say it was a sharp object, a sharp object, or it was just maybe take for example somebody knocking her head. The cut will be different from somebody being knocked with a stick, or somebody being cut with a cutlass or a knife or whatever it is.
Yes, definitely, I agree with
So
that.
let's wait for the forensic investigation which has been done. The autopsy is going on, but I'm very, very sure that girl will get justice.
I pray so.
And even if the mango things and they say that girl died normal death, Samuel Jackson had no face in Liberia. Probably that the incident will carry him to his grave soon.
Oh yeah, I mean
because his abusiveness towards his wife is clearly shown everywhere. He was hiding it before, but the way he was celebrated in our society, even if this don't strangulate him in jail, become back, he will be seen differently in the eyes of the Liberian people.
I agree to that. I agree 100%.
And he's not going to be the Samuel Jackson he knew himself to be.
No, he will not be. He will not be.
He will not be. Yeah, so even if this guy don't have justice, he come. People who have respect for him, most of them take that respect back. Look at what Edwin Snow did. Edwin Snow posted up my sympathy before Edwin Snow said, give me my sympathy back. I take it back.
I take it back.
Give back my sympathy.
Then you can go back and say, no, you can't talk. I take it back.
I take it back.
Yeah. So I mean, before Sally wrap up on this one, I just want to say one thing to that. You know, and the guy of all his level of education that he claimed to have, and you know, he want to go schools. We all agree to that. Can you imagine the man said for an active crime scene? The man said the people don't have warrant to go in your house. Your house is a crime scene. Do they need warrant to go there? They don't need warrant for that. Your house is a crime scene. It is you that are not even supposed to go in a house anymore until investigation, until the people conclude with that. Yeah, so I just want to bring the power. So, Salif, you can wrap up on this so we can move on to our next major discussion here.
You know, just to wrap up, if you see, as Peter rightly said, when you look at that wound and the stitches on the head of that lady, it doesn't explain that it was just an ordinary fall. And some would say seizure and things like that. Look, no matter what, seizure, and you're gonna fall directly at the center of your head, that
I know.
position is
It's,
alarming.
it's
It's
awful.
questionable. So and you would see that up to when I speak of guilt, up to when he analyzed talking about after 30 hours, and then he finally eaten. Why are you putting that on Facebook? Your wife just died. And 30 hours you having your first meal. Look, this dude was just doing everything to prove to the Liberian people that, he's kind of covering up. So yes, of course, it's not just ordinary. So, but we just have to move forward. Maybe another time we can talk about him, but every guilt is shown, and it clearly shows that, this lady we just prayed, it's good she's not just she's not just an ordinary wife, but she's a South African. So I believe the South African authority, they will also put more pressure so that she can get justice. And and it should be a message to our sisters out there. No matter what, you should always speak up, because you can't just get yourself into a relationship and think that because everything at time is on and off, maybe everything is good, life is rosy, and then you have to just endure because you think that if you leave that relationship, things will not work out. Always speak up, no matter what. And
Of
this
course.
the only way that people can help you, even if you don't have the voice. Reach out to somebody, and who knows, you can just find justice.
And thank you.
Yeah.
Finally, this woman's strategy is the social media publicity strategy. That is his strategy,
Yeah.
right? He has in India we say plume, right? He
Yeah.
has
The
advertise they get on social media,
Yeah.
advertise the relationship that is rosy and all of that. And when the
yeah,
incident occur, or one of the incident occur, or when he committed the act, let me say allegedly committed the act, right? When he came to make his publicity or to seek sympathy,
What
it
is
was a
social
social media. Even that what he called those get that what he called the get parents in South Africa and Tennessee. This is
your
what
daughter?
happened to your daughter. Maybe the
No,
parent other got our information from social media. I strongly believe so.
I
all right.
agree. I
I
agree.
strong because if something just happened, the first thing boom, a social media is going to post instead of you even calling the girl family to as they want to investigate that to the police. That's another question the police should post to him. When this thing
Right.
happen, the time of your post on social media, let it compare with the time of he sending call out to South Africa to notify the girl parent pronouncing her dead.
All
Because
right.
that's another thing can be investigated.
Yeah,
Because that's a
but
strategy. The social media is a
so
whole strategy
interesting.
people use.
Maybe we can have this topic some other
Yeah.
time. It's so
Yeah,
interesting. Yeah,
it
we
just
just
do
speak on.
too much,
Yeah,
man.
let's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
move
yeah.
on to the main topic.
So, gentlemen, I really appreciate Ali were able to weigh in on Samuel Jackson's story. It's trending, so we had to talk a little bit about it, and But our main topic for today is on Liberia's and our neighbor Guinea, the security crisis. There's a serious security crisis that is ongoing. Social media is of no excuse to that. They are broadcasting it, and we saw a live video of the Guinean president. Remember that the Guinean president was a former military head of state before he came back to civilian rule. So he still have that agility. He still have that kind of military, thinking in his head and things. But when we look at our border situation with Guinea, we saw on social media that people crossed over, they hosted the flag, and that if that from historical antecedents, that could have been like a disputed territory. But we'll be looking at it from the angle where I think when things like that happen, where diplomacy will come in, and I can see that the first happened in Sierra Leone. He extended to Sierra Leone. There was a serious thing in Sierra Leone that some Sierra Leone army were arrested. He arrested them. He kept them. They had to do some diplomatic talk. Then from there we saw Liberia situation. So it's becoming a pattern. it is becoming a pattern for the guy. So our based on our topic, I say what giving a 67 years old Guinea and the audacity to infringe or challenge the authority of a 178 years old Liberia. When you look at the age range, the gap in between, and a few things will come to mind. And from our military and security perspective, we think it all boils down to military strength, military might. You know what I'm saying? It's military might, because if we don't have it, Israel, America will not see Iran and start bombing Iran today or tomorrow if they don't feel that it's stronger than them. So if Guinea come into Liberia, they feel that they have something that we don't have. That's from the general perspective. So, but I want you guys to weigh in on. It's going to be into phases. The discussion I want to get it into phases. One, we'll be looking at the Liberian military structure. And do we have? We look at the Liberian military structure. We look at from the political side. Is the military receiving a lot of support to build that strength, to increase military hardware, technology? Do we have it? And then we can look at, then we'll start comparing, both military with this and this. And I have some pictures and some videos that I'll be showing you, concerning some of the arms and ammunition, some of the military hardware and military gadgets that you guys have. That we can show and we can explain about that. So let's weigh on that. Let's start the discussion with Pee Wee again. What you think the situation to the border? What comes to your mind?
The situation to the border is it requires attention, and what I would say, I'm the kind of person who believe in being proactive. Mm-hmm. I have literally lived my life to the point that before anything happened to me, I would take a step before that thing happened.
Yeah.
So if you are proactive, you do things and you marvel people. Like people always marvel about you. Why? Before something happened. And but our country, that's the strategy Liberia lacking. Liberia is a reactive kind of country, or not the country, but just the leadership style, the problem-solving skill style, and the intervention style, and everything. Something must happen before something can happen. That's Liberia. So, with the situation over there, when you talk about military might, military strength, we all know what you got. We all can see what Guinea got. I really don't want to go into the detail of saying Liberia capacity is this, Liberia capacity is that, Guinea capacity is this. We can compare the two countries militarily and tell what capacity this person has and which capacity this person don't have, and all of that. But what I'm saying, if you are having certain capacity that cannot permit you to go into confrontation with somebody, there are certain strategies you put in place. That is the proactive strategy you put in place.
Yeah.
If you talk about welfare for our
but sorry, let me hold you right there. You think that means you think Liberia is being reactive other than being proactive?
Exactly.
That's the kind of approach.
Exactly. Liberia has no presence of troops to that border. Guinea crossed and they had confrontation with civilians.
They shot a civilian. They had
confrontation with civilians. It took about 24 hours or more before troop presence appeared in your country. Calculate the distance from Monrovia to where the incident happened. Calculate how long it took for troop presence, whether it was police or LRS. Is that not a reactive reactive, I call it, approach? They were reacting to the crash of the civilian. The civilians stood their ground before they went there. Let's take, for example, if troops were deployed at our border and the Guinean came and say people money sent, according to the story I'm hearing, they say people money sent, and they were crossing. Right there, the troop could go out to them and say, hey, gentlemen, what's going on? Right there, they could be able to settle that problem right there among themselves before even somebody could take radio and call to Conakry that, oh, the inclusion of our land.
Yeah.
You are going for patrol. If especially the two countries have not been hostile on one another before.
They have never
If
been.
two
Never been
presidents
hostile.
were over there,
Mm-hmm.
trust me, that problem could be settled with either the platoon leader that there, or the company commander that there, or even the first sergeant that there, and just me, hey, Jeremy, what's it? Oh, this is why your thing happening. No, that's not what happening. Even if they could send the information out to the headquarters, guess what could happen? There's troop on ground.
Yeah, true there. And people,
And you know, so
yeah,
me,
let me
I'd
hold
rather not want to dive into the political aspect of this. I just
Yeah.
want to tell you that if you have certain thing in your closet, or you don't have certain capability, learn to be, proactive than to be always reacting to situation when they happen.
Yeah.
Let me hold on there.
Yeah, but and then again, before Sally can weigh in on that, right? So we were looking at and according to sources, it said that place is a major crossing place. It's a major
Right.
crossing. There were a lot of people go in and out there. They use Kino, although they use Kino to cross, but it says it's a very heavy traffic area. And that place, there have been no security presence. There have been no Liberian security presence. So they
Yeah.
said sometimes immigration guard will just group themselves, police guard will just group themselves, go there, go and cut one or two from the people that will be crossing and walk away. But they don't have like a serious, that's a border crossing point.
Oh yeah, and that's what make it look vulnerable, and the fact that they could lay claim on it, and that's the frustrating part. If you can take troops and deploy them to gold mine, if you can take troops and deploy them to concession areas,
yes,
what's wrong with your border?
Yes, AFL were deployed to.
So we're talking about job creation in Liberia. If you take the AFL and tell them to go deploy to gold mine, what job creation is that company providing for the Liberian people? When that company is supposed to, when we're case in fire soon, we have PPD, the Plant Protection Department. It was a security agency set up by the fire soon to protect their farm.
Yes. So they could
PPD hiring Liberians, that was another form of job creation for Liberians.
I agree with that.
But you took our lucrative force and deploy them to gold mine. If the gold mine company not in compliance with labor law and treating their labor forces, and the workers agitate against them, then you take the army, you say, okay, go and mine the company. Is Liberia a hostile country, for God's sake?
No, it's not. It's
the country is not hostile. So why the hell you would deploy troops to gold mine? Is that a priority?
It's not. It's not.
Demand every company that when you come, the City Fire Soon Day, Plant Protection Department, PPD, create a PPD to protect your. We want job creation. We got Liberians flying the street looking for private security job everywhere. But you take the army that are deployed to PPD to concession area. And the money is coming. So the border is left vulnerable. So the Guineans can take it.
All right,
they can help feeling like people who take leadership as if they lost.
Yeah, let me hold you here, and then I'll weigh in on from Captain Salif angle. Captain Salif, you've been on Facebook. I see you giving you've been responding to a lot of these things. I know it's hurtful. I know it is very painful to see a country like Guinea of yesterday that have thinking that they have grown wings, So I want you to weigh in on the first segment of this, on what do you think? Why you think Guinea is doing this?
Thank you once again, Senator C. I'll say this, and same thing everybody already know. Guinea is only doing this as a result of what they see on ground, what they know in a sub-region. They are of the assumption that the Liberian military is not up to the strength to face them.
So you think they have
of the assumption that the Sierra Leonean armed forces cannot withstand them. So as a result, they are showing force and unprovoked. You will notice that this current leader of Guinea, he's a violent man who came to power through, coup d'etat. And for whatever reason, he's trying to prove every point that he has some leverage and control. And I think that should only be proven to his people. It shouldn't extend to other sovereign country. So you can clearly see that Liberians, we are peaceful people. We have had our own share of conflict and everything that have gotten us where we are today. For 14 years, we experienced civil war, but you cannot point at Liberia that we go looking for trouble in another man's land.
No.
As it is
No.
evident in today's regime, a regime that you and I may not agree with, but I will tell you for free, this is not about Liberia. It is not about the Unity Party regime. It is not about CDC. It is not about what I think or whatever I've experienced. It is about Liberia, a country, a land of our birth. So that being said, it raises a serious security implication for our people back home. If Guinea's military can encroach on our land, erecting a flag, trust me,
Yeah.
as you said, why, for crying out loud in the first place, was that post porous? Our borders, many entry points into Liberia, they are all porous.
Very
And you
poor.
know what it means? We are talking about fighting a threat. We are talking about combating drugs. We are talking about trafficking. And all these places are porous. What can you stop? And this is a government that, if we want to refer to them being political, this is a government, past and present, that have always said they want to bring change, arrest agenda, rescue, whatever you want to call it. What are you rescuing? These people. And I pitied those youths who really risked their lives when those Guinean soldiers encroached on our land. It's
Oh
sad.
yeah. All of people
People-
are saying that it is patriotism, but it was
Yeah.
very risky
People-
for
It is
unarmed people to go and
patriotism.
challenge
It
security.
is patriotism.
Yeah.
100%. Matter of fact, it is from this same patriotism I have taken a position. But that being said, it is sad. Even if push comes to shove, we don't even know how it's going to end. But out of patriotism, these youths stood, confronting men with arms and ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them having cutlasses. If one bullet, one rapid fire will have occurred, all those guys, who knows? Either they were going to be forgotten by now, or they would have all ran here to scatter.
They would have been forgotten by now because we know the
Right.
history is there from Liberia. People that are, sorry, I'm not
So-
cutting you. People that have served, people that have been in the service, that got injured. What happened to them?
My
The
brother.
system abandoned
Barrier,
them.
and this is something that when you talk about people who for some reason are enjoying some kind of breadcrumbs or whatever, they will lash
Yeah.
at you and say all kinds of things. And this has become an age-old factor that it makes Liberia we are leading nowhere. And yeah, to mention this issue of land dispute or that portion of land between Liberia and Guinea is an age-old thing, dated as far back as colonial days. But
Yes.
come to think of it, the issue of land or whatever, this portion is my land and you belong on that side, these are just imaginary abstract lines of demarcation that were
Yep.
just decided back in the days. So any country that has a president who has brain, he will not just jump and approve his troops to go and plant a flag on the other side because he wants to exercise supremacy or whatever. It is
But,
sad.
But Captain said,
Yeah.
let me hold you right. When you're looking at the world today, right? Everything is based on power and supremacy. Whether we like it or not, that's what the war is leading
Right.
to. You all were seeing a few days, President Trump was talking about going to take Greenland. You get
Right.
me? And I will tell you, anywhere there is smoke, there is fire. One day it will happen. Those things will happen. You see it today, Russia trying to take on Ukraine, saying it is their territory. And very soon you will see China trying to take on Taiwan. And you know, so these things are imminent. So looking at all these various factors, all the things that are going on, you think it is important that the government pay attention to our defense? Because if your defense is weak, that's when you see the thing coming upon you. Why you think somebody can say they're going to take over Russia? Why do somebody can say they're going to take over Germany? Because they are strong militarily. They have defense. So having said that, what do we think? I'll come back to you, Pee-wee, again. You're looking at our military, look at the strength, look at our military position, the disposition of our military in terms of equipment. What do you think in terms of military hardware and things? You think what we have at best right now, you think is sufficient to defend our nation?
Thank you.
Who is going? Me?
Yeah, go ahead.
All
I'll
right.
get back. Yeah.
So let me say this, right? A nation has to prioritize its military. Economic power and military power move hand in hand. They are interweaving. You cannot be economically strong and you are militarily weak. I have not seen one country like that. If one country is building an economic might, guess what? Their military might is moving with them. But for us, the reverse is the case, right? So this is not just in current dispensation. It can be traced as far back that even in, I don't know whether in the 70s or in the 80s or in the 60s, people who volunteer to serve the army, they were called NOCO. They were called the least educated people in society, children of the least fortunate people. It is not seen as a pride when you join the military over there. It's not seen like that. How many senators want to see their children in Liberia joining the Liberian military? How many presidents have seen their child or their grandchild and say, go join the AFL? And until we reach that point, whereby Nigeria then that we were trained, right, to go to the Nigerian Defense Academy is a pride for a whole family.
It is a pride. Yeah.
You will see emirs, you will see kings, you will see generals, you will see senators lobbying to get their child enlisted into the Defense Academy. In America, yeah. Joe Biden's son, former President Joe Biden's son was in the military.
It's a thing of
In
pride.
fact, look at the list chronicles of, go and Google chronicles of past U.S. leadership. Majority serve with honor into the U.S. military.
Yes.
And it is a pride to associate with the military here. They honor you. You go to the airport, you board the plane first. You go veteran days, you go to a lot of restaurants, and you eat and enjoy. But it's not the case over there. The thing is looking like an organization for the less fortunate people in society.
That's how I like. And
that's how the military look over there.
Yeah,
so until we come to these realities, then we'll talk about taking something serious here. So the people who can be crying, wolf, 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 these people are not serious people. That's the first thing there. No seriousness in them. The way to look at that particular organization. First, the mindset they have for the military was that the military people who go to the military, they don't know book.
Yeah, they're
until the new standard the U.S. government brought there, it shocked them. Before you join the army, you must be a high school graduate. Before you become an officer, you must get a college degree. And some officers are over there with master's degree, 2 masters. I know an officer with a doctorate degree in our AFL.
Yeah, yeah.
But guess what? Those officers with masters, their pay does not even commensurate with some of these people who call themselves executive minister and ministers.
Nothing.
They make times 2, or sometimes their take-home pay
times 3
is the officers' end of the year pay. I sat down the other than calculator. My whole end of the year pay in AFL, as a captain that I left, it was $6,000
For whole year,
for the whole year.
$6,000. Can you imagine?
$6,000 as a
And those guys
captain.
are receiving $2,000 a month for gas slip.
And then you take that and do that comparison. So the day we come to our senses and know that we're fighting to grow economic might and our security might is not something to joke with, then we'll sit down here and start discussing something serious. But your guy, bunch of educated people, listed in our organization, and you want to treat them like trash.
And that's
You got sophisticated officers in our organization, you want to look down on them. Man, not even the military education, the academic education, you sit down with someone in class that will do you so many times.
Yes.
But you're taking them to be that they don't mean anything.
Yeah, that they are Pakolo John.
So, my point to that, I'm telling you, from even people who serve to us that serve and to those that are serving right now, it's not going to change.
Until the system
It's not going to change. Until decision makers come to their senses and know that we cannot be strong economically. Look at Ghana right there. And nobody want to come in invest in a country that the security situation is not stable.
No
tourists want to come into a country for tourist activity that the security situation is not stable. So the best thing you can do, you start enlisting your children over there. You look at that thing to be a national issue.
They will not
in Nigeria.
Yeah. People will not do, but let me hold you there. Let me hold you right here.
So that they will not do it.
They will not do it. You expect Jeremiah to tell his son to go in You expect
look at Kagame. Poor Kagame's son in the army in Rwanda.
Army is a thing of proud to other countries. In Liberia, no. The army is
you worry Museveni's son, the man in the army.
When you leave over in the Liberian setting, when you
leave over, you got job. You said, let me go to the airport and go also.
You go to the police, you go to immigration. Those are jobs that when you leave over. But anyway, now wait, Captain Salif, can you come back in on this again? And, that's what people talk about.
Yeah.
And, looking at the willpower of politicians to empower the military. I don't think they have that willpower yet. I don't think they want to do it. Because people are still with the perception that if the military is equipped, they are organized, they will take over government. And anything. And I don't want to live with that. But what's your take on that on that issue?
And to start from what you just mentioned, that if the military is equipped, they will take over. That should be even reversed. That if the military is not equipped,
they will take over.
Then problem may happen when they are disenchanted. So, but that being said, sir, this entire what's it called? Tussle going on. I will tell you for free. It's highly blamed at the administration, past, present, the government as a whole. Because if we had a government that will prioritize its armed forces, you and I know what we endure. Like Pee-wee tried to be personal, try to talk about, he even left, he didn't talk about what just must be done. And I totally understand because he was frustrated up to the day he departed. But if the right thing is done, forgetting about how we treated and all the kind of thing, the government focus should be on manpower development. The government focus should be on providing equipment for the military and continual training. Come to think of it, what is our strength? The last time a proper training was done is more than 10 years. Recently, whatever happening, they graduating about 200 soldiers. That is not training. The Liberian people should understand that if you graduating 200 soldiers after 10 years, you call that training. 300 soldiers, that's not training. The training should be continual, just like it should be continual and seasonal. Just how our children go to school every September, there are new intakes. In the United States here, you can join the army any day. Any day. Just call the nearest recruiter to you. They're willing to listen to you.
Training
The
is an
last time
ongoing
I had training.
thing. Yes, it's
Yes,
an
sir.
ongoing thing. Dude, just
The
to,
last
just to,
time
just to
training.
inject, yeah, to inject this point, and before you continue to inject this point, when last you saw the armed forces of Liberia, like we were on training Nigeria, go to the range to go
Yeah.
and to perfect our marksmanship. When last you saw the armed forces of Liberia going to the range to perfect their aiming
It's
skill?
not effective. It's not effective. You left a long time ago, but people and I who left not recent, I will tell you, it's not effective, brother.
So you
It's not
see,
effective. In a year, sometimes it happened twice or once. The last time I went to, since I
Yeah,
graduated,
but nothing
okay?
wrong with that. The people do annual risk qualification, my man.
but
No, that's not even the
when they
point.
do
That's
that,
not what we're talking here.
see, when
But
last
let
they
us
do
stick
annual,
to
they better
Huh?
go to it, still go there. The
Why?
person
No,
if we put
the people do annual risk qualification. They do it.
they say the
it is
person
not
say they
about
don't have
range
money. The
qualification
person
here.
they don't have
Let us
money to
not,
buy live bullet to go for ring qualification.
No, I disagree with that. The
So
people
they
do
go
Senator,
annual risk qualification.
they
I
go
disagree
and
with that.
broke.
Senator,
We are not
Senator,
going to agree to everything here. I disagree with that one.
listen,
I agree. I
listen,
mean,
Pee-wee.
uh-huh,
This is not
Mm.
even about range qualification. Range qualification
uh-huh.
cannot face Guinea. Let us focus and be,
Nobody saying that Labrador go in confrontation with Guinea. I'm coming. What
Oh,
I'm
it is
saying
possible.
here,
It is
I
possible.
said, the
Now,
first I said is proactiveness, right?
uh,
Proactiveness means you can deploy your troop that their presence there
uh,
could not even escalate that situation, because if you are
we are
deployed,
saying
if
the
a
same
company,
thing.
I'm coming. Let's say, for example, if there was a unit commander in that place
yeah.
and there's a unit commander in Guinea, and they can always relate, they got one another phone number. Do
Yeah.
you
Senator,
think
let
this
me
kind of
just finish.
situation will
Since,
happen?
it was my turn. Let me just finish. But people, we are
Yeah.
basically saying the same thing, right? Just what
No,
you said is what
you
I'm
are
saying.
more going to combat, or that you have confrontation. That's not what I'm speaking. I'm
Anyway,
speaking about they're doing something for this to not even happen.
we agree, but we
What,
gotta
And
put
that
all on the
possibility
table.
is there.
But Pee-wee,
okay,
we gotta
Pee-wee,
put
if you
all
will,
on the table.
just
We gotta
I'm
first
coming,
understand
right?
that when
Senator,
dialogue fail, confrontation can come on. Remember
right.
that
And
is
before,
human.
you know what? I'm not going to confrontation. Okay, what I'm saying here is I am focusing on our preparedness. I am focusing on the same thing you're talking about. If we are training, if we are focused on, I started about manpower development. How can you say
Manpower development.
confrontation? I started about equipment and continual training. Is that confrontation? So we have to exercise the show of force. We have to, like this annual range qualification that you spoke of, it should be continual, not even seasonal, before once in a while before we do annual range qualification. We don't want to
No,
compress to that.
no
But
army go to the range every month. That's
But
not
Pee-wee,
remember,
true.
training,
nobody in what
Even
academy
in
will
America, no
training
army
month.
go to the range every month. We
Pee-wee,
get annual
Pee-wee,
range qualification,
yeah.
except those in infantry, whatever it is they're doing. Yes, but they are special unit that do their training based on what is
okay.
required of them.
And we
So we're not
also,
going to go into that deep, that kind of deep
Listen,
discussion right here. What I'm
yeah.
saying is the
I didn't even talk
politician
about range
over there
qualification.
to start letting their children to join the army, and they will know if that child sleep in mosquito, no light, and they will
Listen,
call that
Pee-wee,
father and say, Papa, no light in the barrel, and the barrel will
Pee-wee,
get light as quick as possible.
All right.
just
Okay,
how you
Pee-wee,
saying it.
yeah,
Imagine, yeah, let
let's
me
at the end.
conclude because it was my I've not even
Yeah,
spoken for
conclude. Conclude,
but
Daddy. Go on,
just
go
how
on.
you talking about, politicians to just the way you saying it. You think if we start saying, oh no, you shouldn't say it like that, we will go with this discussion just as we should? No, technically
But
we're
we did
saying the
not come
same
here to
thing.
agree with one another.
No, no,
And
no.
If
You
you
no,
keep
came
it
here with the
balanced.
mindset that everything you say here, I'm going to agree with it, then you're wrong.
No,
Or
no,
if
no.
you think that I came here, everything I say you should agree with it, then I'm wrong. I did
No,
not
no,
come
no,
here
no.
to I came here to give my
Gentlemen,
perception on how I look at things. So
yeah,
I'm kind of
gentlemen,
agree with anybody.
gentlemen,
accepted.
So
we
if I say
agree.
something, you got a
I
Uh,
rebuttal to this, say it.
you right?
yeah.
Pee-wee.
So, gentlemen,
Yeah,
we
so I'm
agree.
I'm
trying to
coming here to
make
say,
it
we want to see both to fly together. No, everybody
Yes.
got to
Anyway,
agree.
so
anyway,
let me conclude now,
let me
Pee-wee.
just say it. Let me
No,
say
I
it. Let me
haven't
just say
ready.
it.
I haven't ready. I'm coming, bro. I haven't. I was talking. Pee-wee spoke. I didn't interrupt. But then when I was speaking, and then
Yeah, period.
you allow him.
Let's
That's how he
continue. You can
chipped in,
come on,
right?
reporter.
And for
Yeah, Sally,
real,
come on.
we're not here to really disagree, right? But this government is, if we can prioritize the training of the military and
Mm-hmm.
equipment and beefing up our strength to a number that we can rest assured that we have something to prove and show. Like Pee Wee rightly said, we're not here to fight. But you will remember that the Roman general did say that in peace, what do we
Prepare for
do?
war.
We prepare for war. What does that mean? It doesn't mean you should start jumping. No. But anything can happen. So our continual training, like he rightly said, deployment to those borders, and it's only by the numbers. So it
Yeah.
goes hand in hand. And if for true, training must be a priority, it goes long way. You and I know the military is constrained. That's what we always say. Soldiers, you and I from the civilians don't know the life these people living. Soldiers are underpaid. Their family are living below poverty line. The barrier is horrible. They don't have even what it takes to hope that tomorrow, when their father departs, those serving departs, that he can boast of. A soldier dies today in, I don't know how, less than how many months they ask the parents or family to leave the barrack.
Yeah.
Soldiers are still making $100 monthly. I know our economy and whatever structure is made in such a way, but this does not commensurate with international standard. In the United States, for example,
No.
let us talk about this.
Okay, let me let you finish.
I'm coming, sir. You were chipping. Let us talk about dying, for example. People be talking about, oh, baby, if you think, like, as you guys said, if you think the military is somewhere that, okay, if you join, you're going to die. No, you die anywhere. Anything can take your life. But this is the United States that if you die today in service, active service, or by whatever means, your family get to live comfortably for almost the rest of their lives. So,
Yeah.
but
America,
Liberia in the case,
America, when you die in active service, it's your family receive $400,000.
you said
400,000.
500. Pee Wee could correct 500,
They go
brother.
to
Half a million.
I gotta tell you that. You go Google it.
So you
I'm
see,
telling you,
so
$500.
if you go half
$500,000.
a million, Pee-wee. No, gentlemen, let's be serious about this. There's a reason
Yeah.
why you see those guys are not
No,
saying
it's not hearing. That is open information. You can sign your what you call it. Your life insurance is there. It's half of a million if you want. If you want, you can start different things. Nobody tell you that.
So you see that.
So
So you
it
see
is
that. So you see that. You see that. But gentlemen, I know we have dealt on this. There are other things I want to discuss here. Period. I know you guys will come on, but I'm going to display this. I want us to talk about it. If you can see it, you let me know. I want to display some of the information. The information here is not 100%
just
right.
read
but
because I can't really see. Yeah, just read what you got there. It's a little
so
far, and I'm
can you see this now?
Bro, I'm going to dive into this comparison. I will say my about it.
Yeah.
Like what I say, I'm seeing it. Let me answer yes.
Analysis for some
So there
reason.
are
We can just
few
speak
things
about what
here.
we have.
Yeah, we're not going to go one-on-one on them, but I just few things. Just look at the summary down here. The summary, the yellow, blue, red area down here. Looking at the summary part of it. So when you see comparison of manpower, we understand this is what the international community is saying. Guinea has approximately 13,000 active duty men. And they're saying Liberia had 2,100. We all know that number is not right, but I don't know where they got it from. And then when you look at Air Force, yes, you look at the air power, Guinea have, I have researched it, I have seen the helicopter, and I have the picture. I'm going to display this picture. Guinea have up to 7 helicopters that are capable of engaging the war, while Liberia has none. We're not comparing to say, oh, this one. Liberia, we have 0. And we know that's a fact. We don't have any form of aircraft, any form of military aircraft, or even private aircraft that can even be used. We don't have it. Then when you look at for heavy duty equipment, Guinea has artillery and tank unit. Liberia, we don't have the kind of capacity. And then to sum this up, then I look at the budget. For the budget, Guinea is spending $562 million on their military. That is more than half a billion dollars on the military, while Liberia is spending $33.8 million on the security sector. So when you look at this number, what does that signify to you, Salif? I mean, gentlemen, is it showing that Liberia is moving toward making our military and our defense better? That is why I brought this draft up. What you got to say to that? You think looking at a country spending 560 something million, $500 million, more than $500 million on their military, and why about Liberia is spending like 33.8 million? You think we are getting there for how many years now? What do you think is the progress? The progress is slow or is good?
If I must come in, I would say, as Pee Wee said, not to compare these two countries, because there is no way it's going to make logical sense here. But we can only speak from our standpoint, defending what we got. It is not something that we can boast of for a country of, everything that we stand for, okay? Having less than 30 whatever million on armed forces budget, compared to, if you want to talk of 500, why would you even compare? But what I would say is, if you look at Liberia, our government should know that for whatever reason, our economy is not our GDP and everything is lesser than Guinea and the sub-region countries, but we should at least be something that we can say, look, this country is trying. Okay. So a number that is going to cover almost everywhere, including training and infrastructure and everything in the army, that we can say, look, and even to beef up with the show of force, then we can now say, okay, if Guinea likes, they can have the 500 plus. But if Liberian Armed Forces budget was something up to 150 million, at least, then we can say in commensuration with our budget.
33.8 they are spending on it. One other spending more than half.
My brother, you know how many, you know how much government spends on rallies, government spends, even election that is coming in years. Even the budget that's going to be just put aside for election. Sitting government, past and present, when they just having meet and greet in counties, you know how much is spent. The budget of the lawmakers, senators, their wives, offices. So you're forgetting that you are in a country that just the next door can knock at your door anytime and say, come outside.
Yes, they're forgetting that.
So we should prepare ourselves. We should not be carried away. You know, it's sad that some people, you might underestimate security. Maybe you go to bed, you sleep every day, you wake up, you still see your door locked and all that. One day, a thief, you don't know when a thief might break into your room. So this is why no matter what, even if you wake up, even if Echo Bank is going to, every day, there is no armed robbery or attack, it doesn't mean that they should just say all the security going, we don't need you. So you have to have a security, because it is a security that's going to serve as a deterrence. So let our budget be beefed up to the strength that we will prioritize training of manpower development, so that we can say, yes, we have something when Guinea is coming. And for since 2006 till now,
Do you love it? The main one, yes, the main one, yeah, but Guinea coming. You didn't get that come?
It's
No, I wonder.
2006 to now, brother.
What are you talking about?
We cannot even produce up to what's it called? 15 to 20,000 troops. 2006, and we still got 2,000.
Yeah,
This is unacceptable.
That number is wrong. That number is wrong. But let me hold you. Let
us assume, because you know you can round up number. Whatever myself, I will tell you we got 2,000. We even take off 500 from there. We even get 1,500. We assume we got 2,000. So let us not even get digress.
But 2,100 to 13,000. That's very
that's a ratio of 6 to 1. But I will tell you one thing, and like my brother Pee Wee said, the way I came in, maybe he didn't understand, and I even made some posts, or I've already declared, bro. In time of peace, when we're preparing for war, we have gone to Guinea, as our commander-in-chief has gone with diplomatic means and all that, which is cool. I was even kind of like against the fact that, because if Doumbouya wanted friendship,
but Guinea is the aggressor. Guinea is the aggressor, though.
The aggressor. In the street, this president takes his flag, and in front of all his citizens, presenting
please,
it to the
you go plan it.
military, go and telling them, giving them a direct instruction. And you and I know what it means when a commander-in-chief or even your CO for your battalion gather your men and say, gentlemen, listen up. This is my instruction. We must. So I am telling you, if care is not taken, things can go worse. And
They
for
can
the
go
fact we already got men deployed at that border, troops and LIS and police and AFL, my brother,
No.
you know,
Point of correction. AFL
Yeah.
is not at that place.
on standby. Thank you. Whatever.
AFL is stationed in Foya. They should
And
not
which
be
is-
seeing the people to let them know that
Okay.
AFL is at the border. AFL is not at that border.
You see,
it is
and
a
that's even
joint
a
security that is
lapsus.
there. So
That's even a
AFL is
lapsus.
Foya. They are stationed in Foya.
Right. But and
AFL
you
is
and
not
I,
at the
so what-
border.
okay,
Uh-huh.
agree. So what I was about to say, those guys, even if it's not AFL, I can probably tell you, based on our indoctrination, even the LIS or the Liberian National Police, none of those guys are afraid. Sadly, people will not understand, nobody is afraid to die because this is what we have been made to accept. So if those soldiers come, if Guinea soldiers come and point finger to any LIS individual, he will retaliate and gun make go blazing.
So,
No.
Sally, let me hold you right there, please. Let me hold you right there.
So
And I'll
this
come to you.
so this is the point where we gotta be ready and know that, look, man, even though we want peace, even though our father is going to beg, but if the worst happens, what if we beg, it doesn't happen? That's from the point some of us speaking. We get on our knees, we beg, it doesn't happen. We gotta defend our country. Civilians, conscious youths, and even retired and whoever, we all gotta come. Because for me, I would tell anybody, it is all we can do. We're not attacking, but we got to defend because we love our country.
Yes. Okay. So I will hold you right there. So, Pee Wee, you just listen to what Sally said, and calling everybody to come in. So, but you will have people wanting to go and defend. We're just saying when things get worse. We're not saying that it's happening today. We are
We
looking at
don't
the
even
worst
want
case
it to
scenario.
happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are saying. So you think with that, looking at, because you see what Guinea have. We have seen what Guinea have. You think Liberia will be setting up their army or their people to go and just kill themselves for nothing? You don't think so, Pee Wee?
You display a picture, you're trying to make comparison and all of that. And I told you I was not going into that. I was not going to dive into that comparison. What I brought here is, first I said this shouldn't have happened if the leadership of both armed forces were having effective communication. And I will give this to Prince Johnson. I know I've had kind of tough discussion with him, but when he was chief of staff, there's one thing he did. He had kind of collaboration and cooperation, effective communication with sub-region generals and all of that. I know there's a leadership change in the other country who is a military man and he think military and act military. We understand that. I would say again, if there were true presence in our place, the way the message was interpreted when they came to that place and saw the people doing what I was saying, money, we want to find what happened. What happened before this whole thing blew out of proportion? People said they were doing some money in our place, and the Guineans saw that it was mineral they were taking and all of that. If that, for example, if there's joint kind of joint training between the two countries, for example, would this kind of issue come up? These are things that are very possible. You're part of the same Mano River Union organization. You can jump and have Mano River jump force training.
But people will pass that level.
Let me speak. We're not past that level yet. Because your thought is this is going to escalate into people shooting one another. I'm telling you,
we're saying if it does happen.
Well,
Yeah,
if
we
it
say,
happens, nobody will sit there and fold their arm. People will defend themselves.
so we're saying this. So that is
So
the
I'm saying,
Uh-huh.
nobody will come over there, whether you from Jamaica and can you open gun on somebody and they sit on the cloud for you. People will always defend themselves.
we agree.
But what I'm saying is,
Uh-huh.
you will let
Go
me
ahead.
speak.
Go ahead.
What I'm saying is, people need to strategically, if you don't have enough resources, you allocate your resources strategically. That's what is done.
But they're not doing
If
it.
you take, I'm coming. If you take your pay, you don't have enough. The first thing you want to do is to pay your house rent. You want to have roof over your head. Is to make sure you get gas in your car or your car note is paid, because you need to drive yourself back to work so that you can get money for the following month to continue to pay those reoccurrences bill.
Yeah.
So if you have limited resources, you deploy them strategically. You don't have limited resources and you take the limited resources and deploy them to gold mine. You deploy them to unnecessary places and you think that the internal crisis is more than even external aggression towards you. When the sole purpose of that particular organization being established, the first thing when you read your Defense Act, it tells you that the primary roles of the Liberian army is to defend the country from external aggression.
Yes.
That's the sole responsibility it was established. Then they will come in to support civil authority if they are called upon.
Yeah.
But that responsibility, is it really a priority? So the minion resources, I won't compare who got force, who got armor, who got artillery. I'm here for that.
But
I'm telling you, the little you got,
it will
sit down and strategically deploy it. Build your communication network with people who are your neighbor, who you think will be confrontational to you. These
So
are some of the areas you try to look.
So people, we have said it. That's what they should have done, but they did not do it. And
So that's what I'm saying. I just answer your question. Nobody will sit there and fold their arm and you can't shoot me and I fold my arm. It will not work. If anybody go and shoot gun in Liberia, Liberians are capable too. And nobody is inciting violence, I'm just saying. But I'm just telling you, moving forward, some of the tactics that Prince Johnson used when he was chief of staff, the Okada there right now can go and knock a door and say how you did it.
Prince Johnson is still in leadership. Very, very senior one at that, for that matter.
Senior leadership, he control the NSA. And no,
I know. I'm talking about. I'm going into that place. What I'm saying is, there are ways that you can have little resources or whatever resources you get compared to whoever you're dealing with, that you can strategically allocate that resources, right? And it still look like you are still far dominant. Why you coming worry about our coastal land? Why you coming worry about troop occupying EBK barrack and there and growing fat and aging and just getting frustrated and drinking alcohol and getting sick and that? I mean, just all kind of stuff that the limited resources allocation is not being strategically being is not being allocated strategically. Let me say so. Let me say so for sure. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but there's what and there's what I am saying, right? When you look at we understand you talk about how for them to strategically use what they have, what the maniac resources they have. But there's the point right now. Remember, the armed forces takes order. The chief of staff takes order from the politicians. So if the president call, if one of those advisors of the president say, oh, they put giving the money, people have to listen AFL, that the president called the chief of staff, send AFL, that the chief of staff will not argue that. He was sent
so this is not, so that's what I'm saying.
Yes. The chief of staff.
That's what I'm saying.
So it is because for the army to be deployed, whether extended or extended, it must come directly from the presidency, from the commander in chief.
And you as the chief too, you got the right to advise the what you call it? Whoever and telling that the consequences are there with what you're about to do.
Yeah, you will advise, but you will take order. You will take order.
I agree. 100%. I agree.
These people directly talk to the AFL. Most of the time, people can bear me witness. Most of the time, like Bear Mountain or wherever, they write direct communication to the leadership of the armed forces, and the leadership of the armed forces will even be the one to convince the commander-in-chief that there is a need to deploy
The
these
name will
people.
go on the go man.
Always some kind of
I think the
financial
soldiers are armed too.
attachment. And mind you, the reason is
Wait,
simple. If the
wait.
military is
I
not,
think
if
the
the
soldiers.
soldiers are hungry,
Let
if
me
the
hear you
soldiers
this.
are
I
hungry,
think the soldiers
just
are handle.
one
Wait, wait,
second. If the soldiers are hungry
Oh,
and
man,
somebody
let-
come and say, look, I need your man, I will give them XYZ amount of money,
let the
or the
soldiers go.
commander-in-chief, we shouldn't be. We do is because that money, he wants it. He wants
Yeah.
it. So,
So,
shouldn't be.
wait.
So
It's
now-
my time or you're playing INSO.
No.
Now,
Good way.
it's my time. Now,
It's
let
not
me.
you to make it. We supporting you in
Yeah.
your time.
So let me
So,
say this.
yeah, I know you're buttressing my point, but I'm feeling it.
You're trying to
Go
tell me that
ahead.
so the communication can come to the AFL, the AFL can go convince the authority
Bro, you
that
And they will need to deploy. No. And the place that I play, everybody want to deploy it. Now the kumi era there. I play can go kum. You see, so we have to strategically. I'm coming now. It's my turn. We have to strategically allocate the limited resources we get. We have to build partnership. We have to have effective communication across the land, and it will help. When like you talk about training, when last have you organized joint training? And you know, Guinea, Sierra Leone, Liberia, your forces, your come and patrol. They walk the border, they know the Guinea soldier, they know Liberia soldier, they know the Sierra Leone soldier. They just do the interagency, I call it collaboration and stuff. The civilians know them.
Gentlemen, let me say one thing.
Yeah, so we will not be here.
We run this show. We run this show for our audience, our listeners. They are asking some questions. So when I post it on, we need to address some of their questions. So let me post it. Let me post the question right here on the screen.
You gotta read those questions for some of us. I'm not on my laptop.
So the question the person is asking: does Liberia have the resources or the support to sustain a fight if things go south? That is what we're talking about when things go south.
Yes.
We are looking at the
Let me tell you. Let me just tell you something. Liberia is going to exhaust every diplomatic means, right? And like I said, nobody will fold their arm if anybody come and shoot gun. This thing at the day over there and cross the border and shoot a Liberian and walk away and go free. Liberia went and did not go back and cross border and go shoot anybody. Liberia went by and say, "You stop it. This land issue, if you think it's for you,
or peace.
Go sue me, present your land deed. Let me present my land deed. If it's for you, I will give it to you. If it's not for you, you will give it to me." I know these are the discussions the president is having over there. He didn't go over there to go beg him. He's going to tell him that military is not the way. We got international organizations here. We got MRU, we got ECOWAS, we have AU, we got United Nations, which you are a signatory to. If you think this place that my people have lived, their ancestors have lived over the time, if at this time you have taken this seat, you claim it's for you, please consult some of those organizations that you're member of. I will be willing to come there for us to discuss. And if survey is done, and that place is, look, let me tell you, this kind of border dispute is just the locals one that they want to suffer. The Bakassi Peninsula issue, how was it solved? Was it solved through military war? They just kill each other. At the end of the day, it was solved through diplomacy. They went to court and Nigeria back up from there.
People were saying the same thing here. Look at
Nigeria back up from there. So the thing they're doing is not, bro, let me, come on now. The thing they're doing is not going to end militarily. It's going to end on the table.
Yes.
Nigeria went there, they got more military might than Cameroon. They deployed there, their soldiers died in Benin, in Bakassi plenty. At the end of the day, they went to the Bakassi Peninsula issue. What happened? Cameroon took the Bakassi Peninsula.
And see how many lives were lost. See how many.
So that's why we don't want, and that's why we don't want to happen.
But the Guinea military is not looking at from that angle. They are deploying.
Okay, they will behave like Nigeria, and they feel that they will come and kill a Liberian soldier and will go fiasco.
Nobody's saying that.
Your citizen went free.
Saying that.
They just did.
Oh yeah, and that's the best thing you do first. To go say you came, you shoot my citizen. I don't want to shoot your citizen. Carry my complaint. If you not carry my complaint, I will carry your complaint.
So that what we're saying, people. So in the meantime, while you carrying the man complaint, the man is taking over the place, and then there will be.
They're not taking over the place. If they mobilizing to move there, right? Our people are there.
What do do?
Our people are already there.
People, you don't have army to that place. It's police and immigration.
I don't care who is there. There are Liberian security forces there.
Yeah, but because
You tell me whether it's army or the police or the what. What we know, we got Liberian security presence there.
Yeah.
And you're not going to present all your forces. This is not something we're doing here. It's tactics. You don't present all your forces.
Or you yourself say
You present the police. I don't even want to discuss the tactics. Let me leave it.
no,
Because the bureau will not just go and commit other forces as no. We got tactics.
Is the police supposed to from the police role?
Oh yeah, police is responsible for civil authority. The backup is there. The backup is there. My own thing I would say, when this problem is resolved, have a unit deployed in those areas.
So let us
Make sure you have effective communication with the unit commander across the water.
Is the
You
police
collaborate.
forces?
You conduct jump patrols.
Wait,
All of those things.
Is the police supposed to confront external forces?
That's not our responsibility.
What happening now? Guinea forces are external
I will
forces.
not speak to that whether it's police are there or whoever is there. I just know there are troops there.
The soldiers are posted in Foya while police, immigration, and custom they are the one.
Well, everybody got a strategy to fight. So
I'm not strategy that people for you and security why because the police should not be confronting external forces. Police
I said it first. I said it first. I said that's a responsibility. But whichever strategy is being used,
it's a
tactics.
But it's a wrong strategy. That would be from the security perspective. We should be the one to call a spear.
You and I know for the military deployment from Guinea's side is going to be worse if our soldiers get closer to that water. Because you and I know that guns will go blazing.
But is their job?
I'm coming. No, it is their job. But you got to exercise, wisdom. And I would say, despite everything,
how many more minutes we got, my man?
It doesn't negate the fact that it doesn't negate the fact that President Boakai has wisdom, even though he's not using it completely. But he has wisdom. We can erase that. He hasn't used it. He's not using it completely. He has wisdom. If he's using it, he will increase the budget.
Guinea will not get a lot of land. I don't care what they do. They will not get it.
Guinea doesn't care about land today. We will go back to this Guinea in the future.
That's why we're evolving, and that's why the president is into negotiation, calling regional organization. If you check this in detail now, this it should either be to the attention of the United Nations or it should either be to the attention of AU, and people are watching. People are watching the aggression.
With Nigeria, listen. If Guinea had a shared border with Nigeria, this wouldn't have been the case.
America call Iran to the table for discussion. You got to follow the news. The very day the discussion was supposed to go on, bombardment started in Iran. It's because of military might. When you feel you're stronger than the man, you can attack the man. That's exactly what Guinea is doing. So we are saying,
what are you saying?
I'm saying is this, right? Right now, when other countries are calling express security meeting to discuss, China right now have approved emergency fund to beef their security up. Germany have appropriated additional fund to empower the military.
So let me say this quickly. Let me say this quickly. Liberia security responsibility. I'm coming. Liberia okay, let me let you know. Okay.
So other countries, based on what is happening globally, they are allocating emergency fund to sponsor the military if something happens. Liberia, we're having a crisis right at the border. We have not seen our legislature calling national security meeting, emergency national security meeting. We're not seeing them allocating emergency funds just in case things go south. That's why people are saying they're not being proactive, they want to be reactive. Liberians have lost their life. I mean, Liberians have been shot to the border. What more you want to see? We see on social media that Guinea president have presented flag and instructing the military to go to the border. But we're not seeing our national security apparatus or our national legislature appropriating fund or anything that will call on our emergency training or emergency fund or emergency equipment purchase. We're not seeing that. So what I'm saying now is that even though having security presence at the border, you get police, you get immigration, you get custom, which of course they are not supposed to be there because you're talking about external forces.
No.
External forces.
Liberia.
Police does not deal with external force. Police deal with internal force. We all know that.
So what's the work of immigration?
Immigration is external force.
Border, whatever.
It's border
What's the
patrol.
work of immigration?
Border patrol.
So what is supposed to be?
If today,
Where is supposed to be?
the border.
Border patrol not to
Are they
engage
there?
the
But not to engage.
border patrol not to
Not
engage
Are they there?
They are
in front
there.
of the soldier.
All right. So what you should be thinking on is the reinforcement time.
So we should
If
not have
there's anything, huh?
Are you trying to tell us
Bro,
today that we
the people are not going to sit down here and tell you their tactics, what they're doing, or how they deploy and everything. Nobody's going to tell you that right here.
they're not
Nobody,
there?
no military will sit down and tell you, oh, this is what they're doing, this is where the soldiers are, this is where they're going to be. It will not work. The thing is, Liberia security system is designed in such a way that the Liberian Immigration Service is responsible for border security. But guess what? The response time of the military in case of any eventuality should be within time.
So
Should
Guinea
be
don't have-
within
Guinea
time.
Guinea
So,
don't have border, they don't have immigration.
well,
Guinea doesn't have immigration.
I'm sure they have one.
So why is it that the immigration now they will get army there?
That's why they choose.
They
Do you
put
That's
think
why they choose. Well, we can have a unit commander within our region that still collaborate with a unit commander in Guinea, and they can live peacefully.
But
That's
they
what I'm
are
saying.
not there. They
Do
are
you
in the
think
region, but
Guinea-
not to the scene.
Do you
Peter,
think the
I'm
Guinea
telling you,
military will
My
consider
sources
LIS
is right,
to
my
be
sources are
LIS?
right there, and
or
they are
they will
telling me that
assume that it's a
there is
Liberian
no
military?
AFL present. AFL is in Foya. The AFL is stationed in Foya. There is
So,
only
Guinea-
police,
For me,
immigration. So if Guinea come with force, that means they will wipe away all of our security people because they are not equipped to handle extended forces. They are not equipped to
Right.
handle that.
it
They
makes
are not
sense.
equipped. That's what we
And
say.
we'll be putting their lives. Let us talk about it.
Yeah,
You
So-
are putting these guys' lives on the line,
Bro,
right? That's
Uh,
not
a
their
lot-
job description. That's not a job
a
description.
lot has been said, right?
Uh,
Yeah.
What I can say is my wish and prayer is this situation should not escalate further. That
all say
whichever discussion
We don't.
that they are having today in Conakry will call that man to speak to his men to tell them that, okay, this is your limit. As you go in there, the river is a demarcation, stay there. Stay there.
Permanent, right?
But
Permanent,
if
right?
they come,
So, like I said, our people are listening to the show. People are giving their comment, and we are posting their comment out. So, there's one of the comment that we just received here. So, can you read? You see that, right?
what is it saying?
So they
You
say
know, you
that,
don't discuss the national issue with sentiment
so they say you have been
or party
sentimental.
issue.
Somebody is saying, yeah, you have been sentimental in the discussion because we
Is
talk about
it
national
party
security
issue?
here. Yes.
This is a
And then-
serious matter that needs
Yeah.
action. This is no strategy used here. The army is completely weak. The challenge as well. But he just say what he said. If you know the army is completely weak, you want to go put a weak army in harm's way?
Better than
And
the police. No matter
so
what,
why-
it's
why-
better than the police.
if the army is weak, we're talking about what can make the army strong.
What?
That's
So
our
that-
And
focus
that's the last point I'm going to speak on before I leave. Why will make the army strong?
Right.
One, you want to do recruitment, right?
Yeah.
Recruitment. Because army will always have attrition.
And
People will always leave. I'm coming now. When I say this, I should be backing up.
Yeah, I'll be displaying some pictures.
Yeah, one, you want to do constant recruitment, right? Because there will always be attrition. People will always leave. People will die. People will be retired. People will age. People will get sick and become bred into the organization. You got to take care of them, and they will no longer be active. So you got to continuously recruit. Continuously recruit. After that, you have to make the organization attractive to make the citizen get interested in joining it. The military is not being seen.
Citizens are interested, but
I'm coming.
No job.
I'm coming. Citizens are interested because people cannot find other opportunity.
Yes.
But it should not be seen like that.
Yes.
It should be seen as a pride.
Yes.
Just the way when your son got enrollment, I don't even want to bring it here. When your son got enrollment to enlist into the Nigerian Defense Academy, for example, which you and I went, is a whole pride for the family.
The pride.
That pride should be given. Give that pride. Now, I just talked about this. I talked about this already. Officials of government should push our children there too, because it's nationalistic to serve your country. It's patriotism. So it's not just people who cannot find job, people who parents cannot afford them to send college, people who are lacking. That is a way out for them. Until things begin to change for them as time goes by. That should not be the condition. Now the next thing is life after military. If life after military is attractive, people tend to affiliate themselves with our organization. How are veterans treated? If we serve over there, how are soldiers who lost their life, either in combat or died normal death, how are their benefits given?
There's nothing much there. And you and I know that
recently we saw soldiers being retired and be given 30,000, this thousand. It should not be like that. We're not being selective. It should be on paper.
That's what's happening. It's selective.
It should be on paper. That when you have served, your gratuity is this based on rank or based on this, based on that. But because I let John Brown face, I will do this for them when they retire. Or when John Brown die, I'll look at the face in the casket and the face is frown, I will get 2,000 out to the family. When the pussy face is a little bit smiling in the casket, I'm just saying this for fun, for our listening audience, I'll get them $5,000. Standardized things. Make sure everything is standardized. All right? So that if it happens for one person, the person knows that if I find myself in this situation, this is what I stand to benefit. Or if I find myself in this situation, these are the consequences that await me. So things got to be standardized. We can't say we stay young folks, and if you remain young and you can't set a standard, even when you grow old, you will not have standard. So as a young force, get a standard and keep living with it.
But period.
Now,
period. Let me hold you very small. There's the thing. We have something that is currently at hand. We are discussing the situation at hand. You are proposing recommendation for the future. What we are talking about is at hand. What do we do right now when this situation goes on? We got to stick to the topic. The topic here is what is unfolding right now to the border. We are seeing.
I already gave you my honest opinion on that. If the situation go out of hand and somebody come and shoot, other people will retire, will shoot back. Or you think you'll be a soldier man, another soldier man shoot gun at you, and you turn your back and run?
But we don't have soldier there. We don't have soldier there.
That's been determined by you. I'm not saying that.
It is far from my source. My source is reliable.
Well, that's your source. That's not my source.
If you today was the Minister of National Defense, will you deploy military to the border? If you
absolutely, and I know how to do my deployment. I will not come here and tell you this is how I deploy my men.
Okay, good. That means we're on the same place.
Yeah.
So you already agreed that it will be deployed. And we say that for those that are there, they have not deployed a person to the border.
How sure are you that the troop going to present that? So what I just said about you having limited troops and the way you deploy and your tactics and everything, for me, when I left the system, I was a tactical level officer. So this strategic way of doing it, I'm more tactical.
Pee-wee, I agree with that.
I'm
I
more
agree with
tactical.
that. Yeah, but what I'm saying, we're talking
All
about
right.
show of force. We're talking about
No.
show of force.
No, I'm more tactical, right?
Uh-huh.
So if you claim your picture or data sheet you posted to compare the two countries, if you see that comparison, nobody going to present force in that kind of manner. I believe in show of force 100%.
And it's not being
And
done.
that's why I said initially, if the presence of troops were going to be over there, constant collaboration, good communication, good training, all of those things could have made things to work far better than even this thing happening today.
It's not
Because
happening.
even if that situation was going to be observed by the Guinean troops, that company commander across the water could call the other company commander across our water and say, hey, what am I seeing going on over there? And maybe say, okay, man, let's meet. And they can rather clean up and meet one another. Oh, my people just money sent to more bricks and build a house. And the way he'll convey that message to his battalion commander, for the battalion commander to send brigade and headquarters and also for until he reach the CRC, it will be different.
But
I agree. All of those things did not work. We are where we are right now. They are advancing. My honest opinion to you is, one, nobody will come shoot gun at me and I'm armed and you say you are a civilian. You are armed, you're not civilian. And I know what my rule of engagement tell me, what my SOP for that operation tell me, and what my order tell me for that mission I'm going for. So let me just tell you something. My order will determine, my SOP, my ROE, everything will determine what I will do. So nobody going with and full arm over there. But one thing I will tell you for sure, according to people that can say, take it to the bank, I don't care how this crisis end in, what I will end in crisis, or it will end peacefully, which we pray for. I'm telling you for sure, this land, Guinea will not have it. I will tell you a practical example is the Bakassi Peninsula. They're showing muscle. I see muscle Nigeria went and show to Cameroon.
But then you're not
they will
following,
show muscle, and in that place there are consequences for things that people do.
No, then you're not following the trend of event, because the trend of event here is this. That water, the water in question is for Guinea. It's not for us.
Well, they play the king, they play that flag. I'm talking about whatever it is.
Yes, wait, listen now. That place in question, Liberian government negotiated with Guinea so they can use the same to do construction.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that one we see you gotta follow the thing. We'll keep
so they play now for Liberia?
It is not for Liberia.
So why are we here now?
No, so
why are we? If they play that for Liberia, then why are we here?
I would disagree on that.
Yeah,
I would disagree.
No, but that's the lie. If they play that for Liberia, why are we here?
I will post a communication. The UN embassy posted a communication that show that particular place. There was an agreement in 1977 for that place. And Liberia agreed, yes.
Then why you brought me here to Canton now? I was every guy can't have my head.
Because I brought here because the Guinea has deployed troops.
You know that Pee-wee is very technical here on what he's going to say. I will say this.
No. I'm analytical, that's all. And I'm not strategic at that level, so I will not speak strategic. So I'm a tactical level thinker and speak tactics.
Let me make you get this. Liberia government negotiated. Yeah, Liberia government negotiated with Guinea so they can use sand from that place.
Well, I know about that. I just heard it for the first time.
It's in Guinea. It's not in Liberia. So this is where the problem came from. The problem came from the people said the same mining that will get your option, will get your chance to do. Now we see people doing mineral mining.
Oh shit! You must take it down and go.
George, when you say
That river,
this
that river
water
is
for
not in
Guinea,
Liberia. It's
the
not.
Guinean troops have crossed over
Good.
on,
Good. What
on
they
the
cross
same
to Liberia now?
where Liberian flag was erected is
Good.
where they erecting their flag. So
I'm
what
And so
are you
that's what I'm
saying?
saying. If
No,
they
I'm
cross over
saying
there, they say they want our place,
yeah, I'm saying
they will not get it. But
the river.
if they get up there, they say, your man saying and thanking, they say, we should move on that one. I'm mad, they say, we'll pack out here and go.
The people saying
Right?
that the opportunity to
It's a-
man saying, the opportunity to give to man saying,
People, I
now
hope what you're talking is true. Because
yes,
that's I've not seen that information.
so
Yeah.
the water, that water is not for
Senator,
Liberia.
so yeah.
The ministry of the embassy posted the agreement. Just go to the embassy website in Liberia. They put that
My
agreement
man,
between
my phone
Liberia and
battery coming down, so I don't know if I brought my charger.
that
Let me get it
agreement,
up.
that
We're
agreement
not
was
talking about
posted
water.
between Liberia and Guinea in 1977 or 1975.
My man.
So
We're not
the
talking
whole
about
discussion here
water
is
here.
focusing
We're
on
talking about the
why
value of
is it
land.
now that Guinea went and planted the flag. They're saying that particular region is for them, but then the
Right.
major part is that Guinea is deploying troops to the border, even though diplomatic negotiation is going on, but they keep deploying that troop. So we're saying just what you said, they will not fold their hands. So what do we do when the situation go out of hand? That's what we're talking about here.
Oh, okay. George, I think, yeah, as we concluded, I mean, just what for? Listen, bro, we are not praying for war. In time of peace, we prepare for war, which means beefing our military strength, training, recruitment, giving the officers and soldiers morale, letting them know that, look, when you die, your families will be taken care of. If these things are met, if these basic things are met, we can rest assured that there will be more and more youth. In fact, the Bwaka administration should know that the military is an avenue for job creation. The United States people join the military when they don't know their tomorrow, when they are misled, when they are running from crime, when they are trying to solve problems. Okay, so for whatever, even whether to die or patriotism or whatever for your country. So people should understand that if the Liberian government, if the senator, if the lawmakers can understand that the military is a job creation avenue, we will not be at this stage we are. So where we are right now, if we do everything, we don't want war. If we try to talk to them through diplomatic means, and we hope.
I ain't gonna say you want it, you can't even sustain it.
Right. Listen, but what I will tell you for free, if we must go head on, if all means are met, George, it is not. I will tell you, Guinea. There is no record that Guinea have won any external conflict or whatever through military means. Then I will tell you, it is not about the number totally. Let us talk to George. You
What is doing, father?
Look at
What's that? That one, and I know Apache, that Emma, I know Emma 35, whatever it is.
We even get O. What are the M? We even get A.
That Emma 14.
Yeah, that one of Guinea helicopter. Let me show you the other
That
one.
40, yeah, Emma 40 or so, yeah.
Steady, hold on. Just look at this. This is for Guinea. This is a fighter helicopter. Let me put the other one up again. Look at the other one.
My man.
Yeah, you see that one again?
My man.
Wait. Gentlemen, we got to engage the discussion with fact and with reality.
It's not something
And
we're not going to wait. I'm coming now. We're not going to express the fact the same way everybody express. The way you express your fact, that's not the way. I said that they should make the organization to be attractive, right? Make the organization attractive. Somebody who want to be a pilot will see maybe a helicopter and say, "Oh, let me go there and I can become a pilot." But if you make the organization look like people who are fair in society, and that's where they will go, people who do not have college money to go to college, that the people will go. Somebody who want to study banking and finance cannot find banking and finance job, and they say, "Well, let me just go join the army." Basically, that's how some officers make the decision. The journey of the army, like you and I, where we just finished high school, we have opportunity to go to university and everything, and we say, okay, let's go to the NDA. Many people did not join the army. Like, many people were already like, oh, I mean, no hope. They say, yeah, if I recruit, let me go there and go try my luck. Yeah, it should not be like that.
And that what we see, that what we
It should not be like that. It should be attractive place where people, best of the nation, go there.
My
Yeah.
man.
So
When you even want to go to the army, the difficulty you pass through, it
My
should look
job-
like that. It should be a pride.
Really, my job
That's
as
what
a-
we're saying.
My
what
job
the
as
man-
a
what the
talk
I'm
show
not saying
host-
difficulty that you should deny people that are qualified. Set
Yes,
the
but
standard
gentlemen-
and make sure people meet that standard.
Yes. But
All
gentlemen,
right.
my job as a talk show host is to
Oh, they had to cut down, my man.
or what Guinea
they will
has.
say,
It is part of my job. You say, how you follow one again? What I want name?
Yep, that's the 25.
This is Emma. This is Lola 24.
That's 25.
So let me put it
Yeah.
on one. They want to buy that. Look at the one.
All
This
those
is
things are
14.
experience. They could either
These
do
are
it-
my helicopters. These are all Emma. Their capability not that strong.
But you
Yeah.
get you
Yeah. These are Emma that they got any kind of strong capability.
So let
It
me
is
show you
about
again.
having-
Baby, look at here again. Look at Guinea. Look at Guinea. Look at
My
Guinea.
man.
That never made that. No. Guinea. You want
And
yeah,
let me,
but
let me tell you something. All those
Period.
things, maybe one or two serviceable.
Look at
You
it. You see
saw
it?
the video, and you
The
saw the
people
video,
that-
they had all the vehicles. Let me say something. They had all the vehicles lining up, right? And the
Sibo.
manpower.
Sibo. Sibo. Under which circumstances you think
Okay.
you can compare the Cameroonian military with the Nigerian military?
We're not comparing. I'm talking about Liberia circumstances. Don't bring no different thing here. Look at the thing here.
No, I'm just trying to. It's from history that will make judgment.
Yeah, the people got gunboat. Let me show you what Liberia got.
If we don't refer to military history, the essence of studying military history, you know it.
Look at
The
what we
Zodiac,
got.
But man, I have to dive into these pictures. You know the essence of studying military history.
Period. But look at this
Okay.
thing. How can this thing here? How can it withstand this? How can this thing here? This what Liberia got. This
The
one
Kenyans
what we
are
got.
Well, I have to dive into what who get or who not get this. What I'm saying is
Wait now.
the organization got to be made attractive. It got to be made attractive
How can it
for
be
the
attractive?
best, the cream de la cream, to
The
get into it and do the best job.
Period.
Right,
America,
right.
America gave
Competency
us-
equipment.
America gave
That
us
is doing is a
four-
morale for troops.
But listen, yo, America gave us 4 of the equipment. The 4 equipment, if all of them are down, they can't even
My
get
man,
on
my
the-
phone battery is 10%. I don't know why I forgot my charge. Me looking my bed.
Yeah,
hold
so
on. Let me see.
Sibo, you got to round up. We've been here for a while, but yes,
So, gentlemen, I'm running out with this.
As
I'm running out
military
with this.
personnel, as military
Yeah,
personnel,
yeah,
I would say this: we got to motivate our citizens about
Yeah,
joining the military regardless.
When you
And
reach your
one
job,
of the
Yeah,
things
I will have to go back to get my charger.
gentlemen,
But
y'all give me 2 minutes. Let me to do that. I'll give you.
Okay.
He will be the first to close your phone going off. But just give me 2 minutes. Let me conclude on this thing. This is what Liberia have at best. As a talk show host, it's my job to tell the people what we got. If y'all want to defend, y'all go defend your patriotic, y'all go there, go host, you go borrow your hand on the book. I'm with GPNG. You're on your own. I want to try to tell you.
Sorry for the messy.
I want to try to tell you. This is what we got. It's the best kind of boat. It can't even get gun mounted on the nothing. This is what Guinea got. Guinea got gunboats. Guinea got gunboats. You see that? Then we go back again to the air superiority. Guinea got all the wicked helicopter.
Look at you.
They're wicked helicopter. They all about a bar. They all helicopter that bar helicopter here.
Amen. We are gorillas, oh, gorillas. Let me tell you that.
Look at the one again.
It's going to be in our terrain. In the terrain
We
advantage
We are
exists.
gorillas, not terrain, are gorilla tactics. That forested area there.
Yeah, let me
That
show you
forested area there. That gorilla tactics. I'm telling you.
Look at Guinea new procurement. Guinea just procure all the vehicles. Look there.
These are things we can say here,
You see the
George.
vehicles?
So,
Guinea
it's
just
George,
procure all these vehicles.
George, it is not
Yes.
about all these things just yet, okay?
POE is
Because
about
if I'm
it's
going to
about
send
everything
in
you
that
did
terrain,
My man,
and
you're
you know
waiting
where
now.
Bambo
Let me
Jibakola-
finish there.
So why they carry why they carry anti-aircraft there now?
You see that? They put
Why they carry the air to go shoot one now?
I just show folks.
You got what? That's your fault.
But man, thank you.
The people
Why they put carry the other anti-aircraft there now?
the You even
Where the
get.
carry name? That's the question.
Pee-wee is a shame. Oh. It's a shame.
No,
And let me show
where
you.
the carry name? Answer.
Pee-wee, they carrying it to the border.
To do what?
Maybe they assuming that somebody will borrow like bro.
Bro, if push really comes to shove, another thing I would tell you, another thing I would tell you, not on the record, if push really comes to shove, yeah, but George, we gotta go.
Yeah,
I gotta
give
go.
me 1 minute. In 1 minute, I'll be done. Then I'll conclude. So this
Yeah.
is an
I don't think I
anti-aircraft
might
gun.
conclude because I have to go. Yeah.
You getting me?
But
Let me display the other one there. You see this? You see the bar gun that Guinea get? And look at the quantity.
My bad. Some of the things and I be working.
You see it that way?
Of course, that's true.
Pee-wee,
Some of the things that will malfunction, you'll be sitting behind, they can't catch you. Tactics. The tactics will work over there. I beg you.
Look at
We even disclose our tactics. I beg you.
Yeah, look at things that Guinea got. And you know what they bought it for? They bought it things from the Soviet Union, from Russia.
Yeah, the battle Asian tanks that can't be moving anywhere.
What? They think that Asian thing, they did looking new like that?
All right, did that pin not working? You ain't got pinned?
Look at this. Look at the kind of things Guinea got.
Look at the ages of the tanks. Look at how old they are.
Guinea
Guinea
got
is completely using all the equipment heading to Liberia. That means they don't even have nothing left behind to even
Guinea got
protect
15
who
of these
was
things.
at the
They got
ground.
30
Amen.
of them.
So
They got
that's
No,
nothing.
So
no,
let me display the last one so y'all can see.
nobody.
Look here. See what Guinea, see the other one they put here.
Look at this particular one that you displaying. These are even things that don't even work. They posted to a training area where when you go for training tour, they show it to you.
People, you got
So
some?
George, conclude. I
That
got
means we can't display what I get.
I don't
I
want to
got
be
tactics.
be on here, George.
I agree.
I
Let me
got tactics. That tactics will win that thing.
You get your
Let-
charger now. Eh?
My child, I gotta go back to work to the office and grab
so
it.
let me
I forgot for you.
let you conclude.
To conclude before
Let me
I
let you
gotta
conclude
go.
on this. But gentlemen, you saw I displayed it in there. Guinea got a lot.
Mm.
So what are y'all like it? The majority to show the Liberian people what
Oh
Guinea
no,
got.
that do your job.
Uh-huh. So what are y'all saying? Oh, and that all the people get it. And I want that use it. They want use on all. So if you want
They will use it on ourselves. They will use it on ourselves. You will
All
see. Look, we will use maneuveristic approach, and I don't need to talk, sir. I need to talk. Let me keep quiet. The tactic we apply.
People,
They are French people.
on your time. You got 2 minutes. Conclude.
All right. Well, overall, it's been a great show. Thanks to our listening audience. And the situation in along the border is a serious situation. We pray and hope that it be resolved through diplomacy. And Guinea should know that these countries have lived in peace for the longest time. Crises have happened over there between, I call it, in Liberia, in Sierra Leone, without really so much interference from other countries. And the consequences are there for those that try to interfere in other people's country. Our previous president, former president, right, Charles Taylor, is facing jail term for his involvement in Sierra Leone. So you might do it today because you are in power. If you send your people in Liberia and they kill Liberian civilians indiscriminately, and you just try and say because you got military mind and you coming to pull your military mind and kill people, there are consequences for it. I just want to remind him on that. But again, nobody who has gone through military training and been deployed with an order, with an SOP and an ROE and everything that they're supposed to do, clear, concise, and definite order as to what they're supposed to do, and they'll go and fold their arm and look at another armed man and shoot them. Let me just tell you something. If troops are being deployed, they're being deployed with order. And based on the order, will make the troops, will determine the troop reaction. So, on that note, I'm not wishing escalation, I'm wishing de-escalation, but people always are entitled to self-defense, no matter what it is.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
And the bottom line is, even in crisis, that piece of territory over there is for us and is not going anywhere. I don't care how it ends.
Okay. So, like, for the clarity here, the water belongs to Guinea, but where the hosted the flag belongs to Liberia.
You give
Well,
them
whatever it is.
Yes. So,
Like,
and then
you give them the
before
water.
you come on,
Let it take it.
before you come on, Salif,
Our country not go too far. We want to go back where enjoy. Let it take it.
the equipment that the construction company were using on the water, all the equipment are using to take the sand. The Guinea sees those equipment stay with Guinea. They have not turned it back yet. Just for your information, so you can know how the thing escalating. So
Who says so?
I mean, I got sources in the place. Who says so? What are you talking about?
Now you the people say
That's
the water for
story.
Guinea.
That's the story
The water
about
is for
seizing
Guinea.
some
Go make your
equipment
research.
and
That corner here, water is for
that's
Guinea.
that's
It's
what
not
I
for,
heard.
it's for Guinea. So, Salif,
Yeah,
go
come
ahead.
on.
Do your concluding statement.
Yeah, Senator Sibo, thank you again for having us. And again, I'll say the reason why we are here for me is not about attacking. It's not about calling for our soldiers to go and be ready to be the one or be the aggressor, but it's for us to be on the defensive. And maybe I'm speaking this because of, my training and my background. Yeah. In as much as we want peace, I was taught that when you approach your opponent, you don't go standing like this, or you don't put your hand behind you, right? So your arms got to be fully ready, even if you're not going to get your feet ready, but just in case you can block, you can do the needful. So
The
we
people
will
say
be on
police,
the defensive.
police are posting on there.
I'm not talking about the police. I'm not talking about the police. Matter of fact, in the
Amen.
first place, if I was
Our
the one,
national security call for that, except in the presence of imminent threat. Then
But people
our
don't even
national security strategy call
we
for immigration to defend the border.
let's say
there
we
If
is
conclude.
we see now imminent threat, then
imminent threat. But that's by the way. The only reason why we're not deployed at our borders from the military side is because you and I know our strength. And this is what I'm saying.
We don't have a
We,
I
as
agree
the
100%.
people, we are urging our government to create the need for beefing up the strength, empowering the military so that we
Yeah.
can be capable to compare to our sub-region counterparts. We cannot be a fighting force of 2,000 men with no equipment whatsoever, no air superiority, nothing.
Zero.
So these are
Zero.
things to think about it. Even if, for example, I hope our troops are in Foya, as George rightly said. What if they are still in the barracks?
They're in the barracks.
If
The
they're still in the barracks right now,
now.
what do we? Yeah, what if they are still in Monrovia, for example? Okay, and even the number in Foya right now, I don't think is the entire. I don't know how many of them, but we
So
should have this.
they said
nobody would show that tactics to you. You're not going to know it.
Mama, it's my
Bro,
job.
you don't need
When you
to
see
be
CNN
answers
report,
about
CNN
their
report what they
tactics.
see.
I
And I will
don't,
tell
I
you,
don't need to know their tactics.
Nobody.
Okay,
Billy,
thing,
the people they
without
carry
being
a
That's not what
little,
we
they
say.
carry a little
We
over,
said this.
oh, you want to hear that one? You want to
Talking about what I'm talking
What
about here,
thing?
for example,
They carry
we
Bro.
a
have
little honor
the
company strength.
transportation to
Little
get these
honor
men.
company. I did not
George,
two
let me
tools on
conclude
the
now,
platform
George.
after they carry, but it's not up to full
George,
company. The program honors. It's
George,
not full
Well,
company.
let watch and see.
George, let me
Yeah.
conclude.
Let watch and see. I play out.
We need to have transportation. If not now, the armed forces of Liberia, the government should know that in times like this, we need air transportation.
Oh, I
This is
forgot
where
about
I'm coming from, for
that.
example. In
That boom,
times
you
like this,
go there.
if our men are wounded, we will have to drive them with ambulance from Foya to Monrovia. They might die on the way.
Of course.
If
Of
right
course.
now we need ammunition,
The
if we
man
need to
already
replace
doing casualty evaluation. Gee
You got
wee.
the part of that planning.
So
Gee
me as a pilot, you know my story. I'm now
Bro.
aware But Liberia should be thinking about the future, training
Oh yeah.
more men, reactivating the air wing.
No, this is going to serve as a warning. Like after this, I know they will come back to the table. They will look at things differently. They will do it differently. I hope so. I hope they can.
You know what I say when I say morning?
Because-
The morning that I come in 1 second. The morning that the Liberian was shot to the border, right? That same morning was the morning that the legislature summoned the Ministry of Finance to come say why didn't we see the allowances? Why
But
didn't we see the allowances?
I'm going there. Yeah, I see you.
we misplaced priorities. So, George, what I would say,
I
both
see
the
you.
army,
All
the
right, brother.
navy, both the army. Thank God, we have gone because this discussion should really have been about sensitizing and finding solution. If
No
not for
mind.
today,
He
because these
trying to
occurrences
speak
still
up-
going to
he trying
happen.
speak up for things.
So, George, the army, the coast guard, and the air wing should be a priority for the government of Liberia.
It's not a
It
priority.
has been, for example, right now, helicopters in the air. Let's talk
Yeah.
about aviation.
In
I
Guinea.
left how many years ago? The air wing has been, what's it called? Like the coming of Jesus. It started from all kind of, Rick my road from this one to that one to Air Liberia. We don't even need Air Liberia, but we need an air wing for the protection, for the evacuation, for the transportation of our Liberian citizens. And what does
Yeah.
it take to even have an air wing? What does it take to have a helicopter when we spend millions and millions on misplaced priorities? What's of the Coast Guard? We need gunboats that
Yes.
are a bigger category that you may speak of because that's your area. You coming from the Navy. I know nothing about the Navy, but that thing we have, the Zodiac, that's a walking time bomb.
I know.
Guinea can display their entire military hardware and including software that they have. But Liberia, we have nothing. I'm from the
Zero.
armed forces. I will tell you that, and privileged to serve in the headquarters of the armed forces of Liberia, things I won't say here, but it is scary.
Very scary.
Our only hope, if the chips are down, my brother,
But we
is to
always
go
want
into
to
guerrilla warfare.
we all want to defend those guys then because he don't want nobody to speak about Brandon Samuga ill.
No,
That is
Pee Wee right now. No, I don't even want you to label him, right? Pee Wee right now, he's strategic in what he says. Okay, he's strategic. Samuka aside,
I
Pee Wee is
understand.
a personnel right now.
I understand, yeah.
But I will tell you for free, my brother, Liberia, we got to set our priorities right. The rescue agenda or the next whoever administration, we got to know that it's not only about the military. The entire country is crumbling, brother.
Yes.
Job creation, how can you be born in a society where you will never work until you die? Crime's going to be on the increase. And this is something that our people don't know for some reason. If they are doing on a partisan basis, citizens want we are back because we are going to prioritize them. Or the party want Bwaka back because Bwaka is going to prioritize them. They're going to eat while citizens will not have food. Today, citizens don't have food to eat. They don't have work because we are is not in power. Is this how we're going to proceed? Take for
And
instance.
that's what we see happen constantly.
Take
People
for
being
instance today.
region oriented instead of being
I'm going to
nationalistic.
give you top secret information that in the United States here, it doesn't matter Republican or Democrats. Everybody work hand in hand. I've been privileged to work in top secret areas that I saw no Republican, I saw no Democrats.
Yes.
You know that where I'm talking about, I won't mention.
Of course. Of course.
For this basis, number one, who was doing the recruitment? Recruitment is done by private. You understand? Contractors.
Yeah.
Who, of course, dragging. And I don't want to say they are Republicans, but even if they are Republicans, who am I? I'm neither Republican nor Democrat, but I was employed.
Yes.
So it's hard time that Liberians put aside these sentiments and tribal political vices and everything that keeps dividing us. And at this critical stage is what we're talking about. The military deployment of Guinea is a signal that we are at risk.
Mm-hmm.
And the government should prioritize the military and other sectors so that tomorrow this can repeat itself. No matter how the outcome of this negotiation is going to be, we don't want war. I just speak of defense. If it really gets worse, we have to protect ourselves. I took my position already. And you know, it's so sad. Just before you come in, sir, I made a post talking about my you know, me volunteering and all that, and people don't understand these things. And I would say, just yesterday during the 14 years, you know, children were all around carrying guns, which was not the right thing. But if these children defended or attack or whatever, what do you think trained men like us who will not do? Some people, they are not even, my brother, you know, they are not even giving credit and respect to or value people that are willing to lay down their lives regardless. Some would say, oh, you know, I'm Sidishan, I am this, I'm that. It is not about that. Right now, I am willing, if push comes to shove, Waka administration, I don't care. I'm not a UPist, but I'm a former military man who will want to advise, who will want to defend my country, because I would not want to see my citizens, my brothers, sisters being captives and slaves to Guineans. But that's, by the way, again, we don't pray for war. As people think some of the posts we made and all that, they're like, oh, we don't want war. Nobody want war. But in time of peace, you prepare for war. I'm just trying to be careful, and I'm looking at things. Some are looking at things from the medical standpoint. Some are looking at things from the political standpoint. Some are doctors or lawyers or whatever. I am looking at things from the military. All I know is preparation and defense and
Of course.
attack.
And that's why it's supposed to be.
Here. Yeah.
That's why it's supposed to be. People right now supposed to be focused on defense and strategic move.
Strategic planning.
Where is our strategic planning right now? What is our plan?
Our only thing is the fact that the terrain, we are familiar with the terrain.
Yes,
that's all.
That's all I would say. Like familiar with terrain. But then you're sending police ahead, you're sending immigration people ahead. So if Guinea military comes, begin to battle, those are dead bodies you put there. They are not trained to meet conventional military. They are trained for peacetime security, not in terms of crisis.
I agree with you on that, so though I see a reason, but I do agree with you.
Because you put immigration there, so that means, and then they put the military can stay behind. We understand that the only reason, like you said, the only reason why the military is not present at that border is because we feel that it will escalate 1, 2, and we don't
it's
have
the escalation we are doing right now.
Yeah, and we don't have the marching power. So if you to match what Guinea have, and then people saying it should be a wake-up call to our policy. Are they prioritizing it? Have they called on have they called or exclusive section?
You know the Liberia you and I from, how things are. It's not like you and I thinking. And today they do see you and I as empty talkers. They do see you and I as because we in America, we just talking. You don't even see anything. I will tell you for free, my brother, right now, if push comes to shove, I'll be on the next flight. My only worry is my family, my children, right? The truth being told, and you and I know why we're thinking this way. Whether we were brainwashed, I don't know what they gave us in food that make us to think like this.
We were trained to defend. That is it.
I know. I will kiss my twins goodbye that I'm going home with tears in my eye, not even knowing that I'm going to return. But it's the honorable thing that I have to do. This is all I know how to do. But if you say this, people will attack you. People will say things. Are these people wanting best for our country? But it's not time. Are we asking our government to prioritize what needs to be a priority in our country? Job creation, employment opportunities, the military strength, increase the budget, not even times 2. The military budget should be the highest in
But look
Liberia.
how our neighbor is dealing with more than $500 million.
Right.
Then you talking about 33 point something. Are you kidding me?
Budget
What?
of the military should be the highest from all sectors in our country. Because
Defense.
with
Because
the military budget being the highest, security will be top notch, and our economy will grow when our security is top notch.
Yeah.
And that will be a job creation. Next to military should be agriculture. The agriculture, just for agriculture alone, we will not even need other companies in that country.
Of
If
course.
the government can invest so much heavily, if not equal on par with the military and agriculture goes in par in terms of investment. All roads lead to the soil. Every youth will become employed.
Yeah.
I'm giving this for free. It is not even something that we have to say because we have intentions, as some people may think. Our intentions has been built or fueled by the fact that people are not doing anything. What's my business to want to be president if everything is okay in my country? But you see, agriculture, my brother, all the youth in Liberia, all the youth, including slave queens and kings, if those people can be employed by the agriculture sector, you know what that's going to cost? You can be a slave queen or a slave king. You can dress on uniform. You wear gloves. You're going to use equipment and machinery. We go to countries around the world, United States, Taiwan, Japan, China, and get the best of equipment. See what's happening in Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
Agriculture. We will produce our staple food from tomatoes to cassava, to plenty, pumpkin, banana, potatoes, potato greens, you name it. To rice, our staple food, and everything. You have farms all around the nation and employ these people.
Yeah.
Where our youth will go and park their luxury cars and wear their boot and uniform, time to work and operate these machines. In the next 4 to 5 years, you will see plantations. Today we have rubber plantation. If those rubbers weren't planted, will we have Firestone operating? Firestone, one of the producers of rubber, leading to tire manufacturing. You cannot underestimate agriculture and military strength.
I agree with you, brother. I think
we have to go, but it's so sad, my brother. It is out of grief, it is out of patriotism, tears, and everything that some of us people think that we just want to talk. It is not. Liberia, if you open my heart, you will see red, white, and blue with one star, my brother.
Thank you, my brother.
I love my country to death.
I appreciate the contribution. I really and I hope that when we're having subsequent shows on the economy, because we'll be talking on the economy, we're talking about unemployment, I wish we can get you to form part of the discussion. I think we have taken a lot of time for our audience, and you too, you have to go. I know
everybody's sleeping. Yeah.
I know. I really appreciate the time. I appreciate the effort, brother. And we wish you good luck. And and we hope that whenever we call upon you, you will oblige us and you will come and form part of the discussion.
I will always oblige. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Have a nice day. All right, so folks, there you have it. You listen to my panelists. Those were guys active. Those were active military personnel. Left the force as captain. I left earlier than them. Some of them just left 1 or 2 years ago. They were giving their take. They are giving a position on the Guinea Liberia situation. But I will tell you today, in conclusion of everything, our government need to prioritize our defense and security sector. Our security sector is porous. Our defense sector is completely porous. We really, really want to see our policymaker, our lawmaker, our government, our executive branch putting in more money, more fund for the security sector. We want to say thank you for following us. Please share this live on your page, share it with your friends and colleagues. Let them watch it. They can be able to give their comment on it. We'll read a comment. We can respond to some comment. And subsequently, we're still going to be having a show. We're going to be talking about the economy. We're going to be talking about unemployment. We're going to be talking about so many other crises in the country, including current events. And we really appreciate the time, the effort. We appreciate all of the comments, all of the suggestion, all of the contribution that you guys have given. You guys have been dedicated to this space. I'm very glad. We know we have not reached the number yet of getting 1,000 or so, but we're going to get there as long as we keep providing the kind of vital information to our population. So we want to say thank you for being with us. We pray that God guide you and protect you in everything you do. And we also pray that the Guinea situation, Guinea-Liberia situation, be handled in a diplomatic fashion. We don't want to see any blood loss. We don't want to see any blood spill. We don't want to see any life taken. Liberia have gone through a lot. We don't want to see that. We want to see our neighbors being our friend, not our foe. We say thank you for being with us. God bless you and do have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye-bye.